Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Co-Optional Podcast. What the hell is wrong with you?
I was singing music.
Y'all just got a tent in her apartment, and we're talking about
It's not
it
a
at
tent.
length.
We've talked about
It's not
this.
a tent.
It's not a tent.
It's a tent.
Two fantastic things happened right before we went live. First thing is...
Fantastic is a relative term.
Sips and Jesse tried to convince me that I should go camping by telling me, A, story about a guy's ear getting bitten off in the middle of the woods, and B, a story about a bunch of random bush people showing up.
Why'd all our cameras go off?
I don't know.
They're
Mine's
back
back on
now.
now.
Turn them back on. Sips, camera, quick, quick.
Hold on.
Quick, press the button.
Oh,
No,
the button.
press
Everybody,
it.
the button.
No,
Dude.
Sips, why?
There.
Get it.
Hello?
The button.
It won't
Make
stay.
it happen.
Everyone's spinning.
The hell happened?
Yeah, best podcast.
Great.
I
This
can
is
see in the heart.
This is
music's
fantastic.
in my heart.
great.
No, that's not
Heart. The
Oh, we
music's
got
in
Sips.
my heart.
We got Sips.
Heart. Mine
Stop.
isn't back yet. God damn.
Nope. Jess isn't back either.
Oh, I
Bloody
can
hell.
see.
What about now? I turned it
I got
off
this all
and back
perfectly set up, and then within 30 seconds, Skype breaks it. God
but the
fucking
music
damn
was
it.
in my heart.
No, that's not the lyrics.
Right,
That's not the
Dodger's
lyrics of
back.
the song.
Jesse, turn yours off and on again.
Music
That's not the lyrics of the
in
song.
my heart.
We're just going to restart this show.
It's
This
not
is
the
this is
lyrics of
fucking
the song.
terrible.
Music in my heart.
No, that's not the lyrics. Stop it.
Fuck it, I'm going back to the intro. Screw this. Alright.
Let Dodger do the intro with the
Do I
bad lyrics.
work now?
No,
You see?
Music
you're
up
still
there.
spinning,
Still
but
can't see.
let it spin for a little while and see if it fixes itself.
You're spinning for me, TB, but I see
That's-
Dodger and
I see
What?
Dodger and Sips just fine.
oh.
God. Well,
Oh.
this is not the podcast anymore. We failed. We have failed.
I just
won't-
tried to tell a story about camping. Well, I tried to tell the story about Sips and Jesse telling me stories about camping, and then I broke everything.
And then Dodger proceeded to sing a song not the right lyrics way.
Yeah.
The music in
the
my
best
heart.
way.
No, the music. It's
The
not.
music.
It's
The
the
music
groove
of
is
my
in the heart. No, stop it.
Music's in my
Just-
heart.
It's like music's in my heart. I'm like, that's not even remotely close.
It's because Jesse tried to call me out because I was grooving, and he was like, "You're not."
She was
actually
no.
listening to
She
music."
was. You can't even see me right now, but just know that she was doing that like fake. Like I'm getting ready to dance, so when the podcast starts, it looks like I'm really happy,
this.
but she's not happy. She's not happy.
It's
She's
a lie.
filled with
She's a
sadness and
fraud.
regret.
And so I said, "I'm dancing to the music of my heart," and then I started singing "Music of my heart."
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but you can find me in the club. Welcome to the Co-Optional Podcast. We do occasionally talk about video games. This
In
is
the
the
club.
episode for the 9th of April, 2015.
I still can't see you guys. I
I
can
can't see Jesse.
I
It's
can
probably
see
for the
Dodger
best.
Yeah.
Dodger's just acting like an
dancing
idiot, so
to the
you're not
music
missing
of her
anything
heart,
there.
But yeah.
It's my life.
Pretty much. Well, I hope eventually it will fix itself. Currently, I've got 3 out of 4. Jesse, I don't even know what's going on with him.
Why won't I appear?
Because Skype's a piece of
I
crap.
can hear him. I can hear him.
Why won't I appear to you? my
Although to be fair,
love?
to be fair, we have actually had. Oh no!
Oh, it's down again.
What the
Yeah.
The Christ is this?
Oh, fuck. Oh,
Hello.
Jesse's gone.
Jesse's
Jesse was
gone.
like, bye.
No. I shut mine down to see if that would help. That's all.
Oh, I can see Jesse
Okay,
now.
we've got
nobody
Jesse,
else.
but now I'm
Yeah, I
missing
can
the
see
other
Jesse.
2.
I can't see Sips.
I disconnected.
Yeah,
Alright,
we're
we're
all
good.
here.
Don't touch anything.
I'm not touching anything.
Okay. It's fine.
Okay.
It's right. Restart the show.
Stop it.
Fuck it. Back to the intro.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
Da-da-da-da-da. Co-optional. Skip to the end. La-la-la-la. Co-optional podcast. There we go. Welcome to the Co-optional podcast. We do occasionally talk about video games. Welcome to the show. It's the 9th of April, 2015. Yeah. Nothing could possibly go
Nothing went wrong
wrong.
before this.
Nothing went wrong.
Nothing
at
could
all.
possibly go wrong at all under any circumstances.
It's been fine. It's fine.
Dodger has
no
her coffee.
problem.
I have a sandwich. This is great.
I have a
have a
San
tea,
Pellegrino.
Wait, what was the sound?
There is nothing more tart than this. This is the tartest lemon drink that exists in the world. It makes your tongue curl up and die. It's wonderful.
Do you think there are lemonade cooking championships? There should be.
Lemonade
Where,
cooking.
Like you get like
You mean a cook-off?
awards
A
for
lemonade
for tar-
cook-off?
Lemonade cook-off.
An
Where it's like,
old-fashioned lemonade cook-off?
oh
or just a
man,
normal?
Aunt May's Tot Lemonade is the best year after year. But then there's the up-and-comer. There's the, like, 20-something who's, like, using dry ice and shit.
I don't know if I'd trust lemonade from somebody
So-
that talked like that.
There's
You
a
are
slight
so
problem with this whole
fucking
cooking
dumb.
competition
God damn it.
in the sense that no one cooks lemonade.
You
Ever.
know?
Ooh, I'm making a
Oh,
batch
what
of
if you-
lemonade. I am.
I was expecting it to be a
Oh,
cooking championship
what if one of the
involving the
elements-
use of lemonade.
What if one of the elements of your special lemonade is you boil it and then you freeze it and then you put it into the
boiling
fridge
and I'm a freezing.
That doesn't mean you're
Ooh,
cooking.
boy. My water
Maybe
purity is
flavors coming out of
boy.
there you don't know about. Maybe you put some spices in there, they activate in the heat. I don't
All
know.
right, if you're putting spices in fucking lemonade, you're doing it wrong.
No, that's why
You
it's a
don't have a good
cook-off. Different lemonades, different tartnesses, different.
Ooh, my
Spices.
tartness is so good. I'm gonna swirl it and twirl it. Ooh,
Oh
I'm
my
cooking
god.
it. I am.
Sips, I am so sorry.
it's
What the
actually Aunt
fuck
May.
did I get you into? Holy crap. Well, welcome back to the show. He's
I
just
can't stop thinking
silent.
about
He's got
lemonade.
nothing.
I like the whole cauldron stirring lemonade thing too.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sips. I'm a stir.
yeah.
Hubble bubble,
Yeah.
toil and trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to keep stirring. I'm going to stir longer. It's going to be, I'm going to add some spices later. Oh,
Is that the
boy.
secret? It's like when
The
you talk to your
senile
plants
old
to help
witch
them
Jesse.
grow. You have to
The se-
talk to
Fuck
your
my
God
life!
damn.
God damn it!
Can we just restart the call? Can someone else host?
I don't know what the hell's going
This
on.
must be
Oh.
a Skype thing, right?
This has never happened
Or it's
before.
Sips.
Everybody's coming
There are
back.
two things here. It's either
It might be
Skype
me.
or Sips.
We'll try it once more, and then we might have to like restart the call. Or I don't even know. Holy! I just end up replacing everyone's face with just a picture, and we just go on from there. We're not
And now I
restarting
can
it
see
again.
everybody. I can see everyone now, though. That's
Yeah,
good.
I mean, we could see
I
everyone
can
last
see
time, and
everyone
then
too,
it just
actually.
dropped. Like, I don't know, it's got to be a Skype problem today or whatever. Yeah, this is what we get for moving the show from Tuesday, obviously. This was a horrible mistake. All right, never mind. Our special guest of the show today, assuming you can call it a show, would be Mr. Sips. Welcome.
Hey,
Welcome.
thanks for having me back.
Of course, yes. Are you going
haven't
to talk
been
about
playing
nothing but
WoW
World of
this time.
Warcraft this time, or have you played
Yeah,
video
look-
games?
Look, I'm like sort of clean shaven. I shaved
Yeah,
like
you
2
cleaned up.
days ago. I
How
cleaned
many
up
days
it.
free?
Oh my god, too many to count. It's been a long ass time. since I played
Congratulations.
World
You
of
know, you've
Warcraft.
taken the 12 steps. That's
I
good.
feel pretty
Sips,
good.
we've
I feel
swapped
pretty
places.
good. Yeah.
He's clean.
Oh, what, are you playing it a lot now?
No, I mean, like, you have the glow of somebody who's been away from an MMO for a while, and I have the funk of somebody who has been
Oh
addicted.
yeah,
Yeah.
you started playing Final Fantasy.
Her
didn't
hair
you?
went grey. She started
Oh.
obsessing over cat boys. It was an ugly time.
Oh, that
Catboy.
was. Come on. Catboys have been part of my life for too long. Too long.
What? The way you said that was like, come on. Catboy's been part of
Come
my life.
on.
Yeah.
I like
Do the
Catboy.
Catboys thing
Just
with the
old like
lemonade,
style
baby.
mobster. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
I love Catboy. That's a pre-show thing that people will not understand.
I don't even understand it. I have no idea what you're bloody doing.
Yeah.
Blame Sips for it. Blame Sips for
Yeah.
being like, yeah.
I got it from the Macho Man.
It's the sound of a man that knows what he wants, is what it
That's
is.
exactly it. That's the Macho
Ooh,
Man knew what he wanted
yeah.
sometimes, and he was always.
I love Catboy.
I'm the
Cat-
cream of the crop.
If somebody could take that soundbite of Jesse going, I love Catboys, and make it a ringtone format
Yeah,
for me, that'd be
there you
great.
go.
I just want that to be the sound I hear every time he texts me. That's all.
Dear God.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Apparently, Sips, you're still a bit quieter than everybody else. Turn it up.
Do I have to look?
Drop the
I'll,
bass.
like, adjust.
Drop the bass immediately.
Is that better?
Well, the main
That's
problem
because-
is it goes right back to where it was in the first place when you do that.
It's because it's
Oh.
not in front of your face. It's down at your chin.
Well, it's kind of
You
like.
gotta talk like that. Talk like that.
I can put it like in front of my
Perfect.
face.
Now he just looks like Donald
Oh,
Duck.
that was so much better.
Yeah.
That was so much
Perfect.
better,
It keeps
though.
falling back to where it was. Turn your volume
Yeah.
up. On Skype or something. Turn your volume up a bit.
Can I do that on Skype? Let
Yes,
me try. Hang on a
sometimes.
second.
Like
Sometimes.
I don't know what mic setup you're using. I'm guessing at this point.
In the
My
meantime-
my volume is at the highest. So
Wow.
I'll just yell the whole time. Are you guys okay with me yelling?
That's what we
Okay.
do.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
Great.
yell very loud. Yeah.
Yep.
Super loud. Okay.
Super-
Excellent.
Apparently, Twitch admin in the chat says that with my sexually suggestive robe and our noises, it might be time for Twitch to take action. Twitch
Oh.
needs to stop
is
pretending
on
that
the
they could do
edge.
without
Yeah.
this podcast.
Is that Canthes who said that? Canthes?
Yeah. This is the only relevant podcast on your entire network. You better treat it right.
Yeah. You should get some royalty-free jazz to play in the background. Too.
I can do that.
Is involved.
I have the ability.
Canthes, you're involved now.
All right, let's. All right, the jazz is being initiated. There we go. All right, we now have royalty-free jazz. Make the sexual suggestive noises.
Ooh.
Canthes. Canthes.
Oh yeah.
Cat boy.
It sounds like we're at a soup tasting event and we're just really excited about.
Yeah, really hot
Oh, that's
soup.
so good.
Soup is so
Oh.
hot. So delicious.
It's so hot and creamy. Pea soup.
There's fun fact. So the spring anime season just started. There's a new anime called Food Wars, and
All
it
right,
was
jazz
pitched
is
to me-
stopping now.
All right, it was pitched to me as an anime about food that is in the style of like a battle shonen anime, like Naruto or Bleach or things like that. And I was like, I'm into that. What it actually is so far by the first episode, it's a story about a guy who makes food that's so good that it causes everyone to orgasm and their clothes fly off of them. That's what I got out of
Thanks,
it.
Japan.
Yep, it was super.
That's
It was
anime
incredible.
in a nutshell,
Men,
really,
women,
isn't it?
Just naked people, just like, oh my god, the food.
Yeah.
I would kill to have that ability. That would be the
That's
greatest.
a pretty good
talent.
superpower.
Yeah,
It's
man.
a superpower I never considered before, but actually I'm
Food's
sold
so
now.
good, clothes will rip off
Yeah.
of people.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm down.
Big,
I want that power.
So
pretty-
what is this? Is this like a series or is it just a movie?
Series.
No, it's a
series.
really
The
bad
first episode just
podcast,
came out.
is what it is.
So what is this? What am I on right now?
What are we doing right
I'm
now?
sorry.
What did you get me into exactly?
Sure. Just I'm not sure. So
I came
one's
for
got
the
a
soup
tent
party.
in
I
it?
Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
if it makes you feel better, I'm not sure what the fuck we're doing now either, but, you know.
One Twitch Skype mess up and it's downhill. 2 Skype mess ups.
I can't handle it. I can't handle it.
It's
3
so
Skype
hard
mess
to
ups. We're talking about soup orgasms. It doesn't even matter. We're
Super
done.
orgasms. Get
We're done.
on it. Food Wars. Report back. Send me your favorite screen cap from that episode, and I expect a lot of the exact same picture.
Food Wars.
Oh, dear. Welcome to the Culture Podcast. We do occasionally talk about video games. Dodger, welcome to the show after 18 minutes of bullshit.
Hi. I mean, what else can I say? My cuticles are bright red because I put my hands in fake blood yesterday.
As you do.
And it's really hard to get. You know, as I was leaving, they were like, just wash your hands and then rub them down with shaving cream. So I did, and it got all the red off of like my hand, but man, around the cuticles, it's not leaving. So I'm prepared to look like a super creep for at least 3 more days.
Implying you didn't look like one of those already.
I feel like I looked like sort of a passive creep, and now I look like a super creep.
Okay.
A passive creep.
Yeah,
Nice.
you know that
like
creep
that.
that you see and you're like,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
not hurting anybody. And now I look like the super creep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that creep every time I look in the mirror.
We're going to assume that it's fake blood and not that there's a dead, mangled body of Strippin right behind you in that tent.
Yeah. And you're gonna go stash him in the
Oh!
woods.
Okay, perfect crime. Here's what you do. So you
Why do you
murder...
keep calling it a tent? This is not a tent, by the way.
It's definitely a tent.
It's a green screen.
And you
so
need
here's
to
what you
sell
do.
it.
You murder your
Motor.
boyfriend, like in cold blood. And
Right,
then
okay.
you dress him in all green, you put him in front of the green screen, and then they'll never find him.
The perfect crime.
The
That's
perfect
perfect.
crime.
People will walk by my door and smell it. Be like, it smells like a dead guy might be in
And then they
there.
check, and it's like, nope, looks fine here. Nothing to see.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I like this alternate reality where you can chroma key out real life. You're just like, don't worry, we'll paint the whole thing green. It'll be like the building isn't even there.
I wish I could chroma key out most people's opinions. In fact, I try to do that on a regular basis where possible. It's
This
just a wonderful
anime's
thing.
awesome.
Oh, Jesse, welcome to the show. Are you watching anime porn again?
I mean, it's classy. It's about food TV, so
It's classy.
No porn here.
So the whole orgasming and exploding clothing thing, you know, that's all done in a very elegant manner, right?
The art is great. The art style's fantastic.
Have you ever seen,
I will give it that.
Have you ever seen the Food Network? That's pretty much what it is. Like,
what?
It's so good! Explode. And yeah. Oh, they've changed the format. Now it's just exploding clothes and everyone.
I haven't
everyone
seen it in a while. You might be right. I don't have enough information to dispute your claim.
The food's so good! Shh. It's true. That's what happened to Rachel Ray.
Eating in slow motion too, don't they? Like you see like a close up of their mouth, and they look like they're about to be sick, and then they eat the food. And it goes in slow motion, and
then Rachel Ray explodes in slow motion.
Yeah.
No, one of the things I used to watch a long time ago, this like YouTube chef, and she reminded me of Phoebe from Friends, and she was really quirky and really weird and really silly.
Sounds like amazing.
Oh, it was wonderful. Like her videos were really, she would swear and she just, you know, but as she became more popular, she had to like tone it down. I guess she got like letters and things. So eventually,
oh no, not letters, anything but those.
So now her videos are boring as shit, but they used to be great. And one of the things she said in one of her vlogs that she made was like, in her new video, she was going to have to start like eating the food because she never ate the food. She would make it and be like, here's the food I made. And she's like, apparently people love you eating the food you make and then making that like, so good. Like that. Apparently that's a thing people get off on. And she's like, well, I have to do it now.
Yes.
And she exploded.
That happens,
her views exploded when she started eating her own food. And I was like, that's the creepiest effing thing I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
there is a massive fandom of that stuff. It's really kind of terrifying.
Full circle with the soup noise. Full circle. You get it now.
Was it really fancy food, or could you just like make a peanut butter and jam sandwich?
She literally. Some of her first videos were like,
for that.
She made. She's like, I'm gonna make tamales today. She's like, I made freaking. Here's how to make salsa. Like she used to make just like food for when she used to make drinks. Like, yeah, so today I made a gin sidecar. Let's get wasted. Like that used to be her video. Now it's like, I've made apple fritters with a nice side of. It's like, boo! You used to be entertaining.
Go back to the tamales.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my.
No, but
I
the
need to
sad
watch
thing
those
is,
now, too.
there are people out there who are like, yeah, I remember their old videos about us. And that's
Here's
the
the
sad
thing.
truth.
I went back and looked at some of my old videos. Nothing's really changed. I'm still just as awful.
Mm-hmm.
I went back and looked at my old videos, which is so hard because I think they're garbage. But the biggest garbage thing about my old videos is the way I used to talk, because I wanted people to think that I was a really cute, sweet girl. So I always talked like this and wanted to tell you about the news in a very pleasant manner. And now I threw that shit out. Like,
hey, it's me, Dodger Fart. How's it going, Internet?
That's me. What a good impression.
I could actually find one of your old videos and put it up on the screen right now.
Please don't. Please don't.
All right, let's. How do you reverse?
Old Dodger hair.
Nicey,
Old Dodger hair
caster.
was amazing.
Date added, oldest to newest. What was your first video? Metal Gear Warcraft in stunning 3DS. Okay.
Don't show it.
All right.
Not with sound. Please, not with sound.
There we go. There we go.
No.
Wow, you look like some kind of squirrel creature. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
where the Duger came
Don't
from.
show it.
Yeah.
I
Amazing.
love them so
Oh my
much.
God.
But today I'm going to be talking about the new Metal Gear Solid game because it looks
You're so shy.
And then I'm
Oh my
going to have a
Look at her.
rant about the Nintendo 3DS, and I'm going to
You're almost cringing as if the internet's about to slap you for daring to talk about video games. Holy shit.
I
know.
Solid in and around my mouth.
You know, I finally realized what the
Hang on a
green
minute.
screen's
Hang
for.
on. Let's have that line again. Just
So let's start off slow, shall we?
Here we go.
I want Metal Gear Solid in and around my mouth.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I want Metal
can't
Gear
hear it.
Solid in and around my mouth. We're gonna play this on loop. Here we go.
In and around my mouth.
I guess not that much has
around
changed
my
then.
mouth.
Oh, guys, my lights again. Every time I'm in here. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm like undead. Sorry.
I wanna point out, if you were to go back and watch my very first video, it'd be the goblin starting zone. It'd be the goblin starting zone in WoW, and I think I make a blowjob joke within like
I thought you made like stuff way before that. Oh god.
It was I think my very first video was the
Goblin
goblin starting zone.
Goblin start. Yeah, because we both did kind of the same content around the same time, didn't we?
Yep.
But mine got way more views than yours did.
Yes, that's because all yours got posted to MMO Champion.
Some of yours did as well. Yeah.
No, like
you got some up there. You did.
3 did.
And you still scooped me on Day Deathwing came, and I've never managed to beat that. So.
Yeah, well, here's the difference. That video still remains one of my highest viewed videos, and you've had many better videos since. That was 4 years ago, and that still remains one of my highest.
Oh dear.
Sips, what was your first video like?
My first video was pretty bad, and I continue that trend to this day. I've been consistently
Consistency is important in this business,
and I think that's important, and I'm pretty proud of the consistency. And nothing else actually. Yeah. The first video I did was on a game called Dig and Rig. It was like a student project game. It was pretty cool actually. It's a cool game. I played it a lot. Somehow, you have to like build conveyor belts and put like minerals on it and get them to the top and unlock stuff and everything. It's pretty fun. Yeah.
Interesting.
Actually,
Sips plays
shameless
Dig and
promotion.
Rig. Has 668,000 fucking views. That you're not fucking around with that one.
What Dig and Rig does?
Yeah, man.
Holy shit.
If you want to see older Jesse, you can go look up all the old WoW machinimas from way back when. That's like old school stuff. Go find those.
Oh yeah.
Like Divided Soul and Welcome to the Dead Mines and those things.
Here I am.
Those we won every year. Still to this day, every BlizzCon we win.
Rig.
Every time.
Hi, I'm Sips. I'm talking to you via the medium of 2 tin cans and a piece of string.
Pretty much, yeah. That would be my creative fatality headset that I used to have.
And that's why you don't buy gaming headsets, ladies and gents. It's a bad idea.
Yeah. It always sounded okay, like on Skype and Vent and stuff, but for some reason it just sounded like shit every time I recorded.
It's because it's a bad headset. That's mostly the reason.
It was so comfortable, though. So comfortable.
It was luring you into its cold embrace, its false sense of security.
I don't know. Most headsets have those like
20 pounds too.
Yeah.
Which
have
was,
those like
I'm in a video on your channel. I never knew that. I'm in Worms Clan Wars, TotalBiscuit and Terps apparently.
Yeah, we played on the live stream. Not
that was it.
year,
Yes.
year before, remember?
I'm terrible at Worms. Holy crap.
Bazooka trick shots that I never pulled off.
Yes. All right. These. God, I don't want to watch my own videos. It's just not going to happen. Ugh. Horrible. Everyone can look up Chronicles the Gold Farmer Volume 1. That's my first video, I think, on YouTube. And it was in 2006, I think. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Everybody's like, Dodger, what happened to you? You used to be so cute. Look, 5 years later.
You moved to LA.
So many fucks. So many fucks just
whoa,
left behind.
Whoa. What happened to you? You used to be so cute? Old Dodger was a mess. New Dodger? New Dodger is a different kind of mess, but it's a tolerable mess. Old Dodger, the only way you can bring Old Dodger back is if you use that green screen to put wood paneling behind you, and then you just dye your hair to look like some type of chibi squirrel girl, and then talk about nothing useful for 25 minutes. That's Old Dodger.
That sounds like the Co-optional Podcast in a nutshell.
I was going to say, that sounds like current Dodger as well, but I appreciate you trying to give me a compliment.
I feel bad because now I'm going to get messages like, God, you're so mean to Dodger all the time. I get that message like 5 times a week now. And I'm like, and? Someone has to be.
That is the one thing on the internet that people just don't fucking get. It's like, oh, people are on this show together. They've done like 100 episodes together. Oh, why are you being so mean to it? It's like, because we're friends. That's how friends work.
Is it possible to give each other shit and have it be taken in a light, jovial manner?
Not on the internet, fucking ain't.
No, that's not a thing.
No.
I'm mean to people because I let them inside of me. And what's inside of me is darkness and hate.
Ooh.
I let look, guys. Dodger got all up inside of me, and that's
okay.
That's That was
Well,
old
you are
Dodger,
getting
though.
pretty old, Jesse. Someone had to check your prostate, right?
Yeah, old Dodger did, and that's why her hair's white now.
Fell Dodger now.
Just
after
get up in
She
there,
aged
Dodger.
40
She's like,
years in a day from the horrific
The
experience.
horror changed me. Yeah.
Get your prostate checked
Yeah.
when you're old enough.
This whole intro.
I was about to say, get your prostate checked, kids. I'm like, hang on a minute. No, that's unnecessary. Don't do that. That's completely unnecessary. You're fine. It's all right.
But men and women should check for breast cancer.
Yes, they should.
Check your boobies,
Indeed.
everybody.
Give them a good squeeze every once in a
Give
while.
them a good squeeze sometimes.
Yep. And anyone else who will let you without the mace. Some people
Talk
are
about what games we've been playing.
some people are into the mace. But,
the last two intros have just been the weirdest shit
disaster.
we've ever done.
well, did you see someone did a supercut of the intro last time, which was literally nothing
Really?
but dongs for 20 minutes?
Oh God, I want to see it.
It's the Bang Box, sexual precog.
I'm gonna get another email from my mother that's like, "Well, it was a good podcast. Interesting start though." Like, just give me another one.
My
of those.
parents are literally downstairs, and I hope they're not watching right now. That's all I can say. If I can angry tweet in a minute.
these parents.
Bye.
Oh my god, they flew over and now they're regretting it. Oh man. All right, well, the Corruptional Podcast, we do occasionally talk about video games. Sips, tell us what you're playing this week. What's going on?
I am playing lots of stuff this week. Man, last month was great though, right? Hotline Miami 2 came out.
Yep.
City Skylines came out. So I'm playing both of those.
Did seem to be like a bit of a cool. The cool kids were like, oh, I don't like Hotline Miami 2 so much. Maybe I just didn't play enough of the original, but I fucking love Hotline Miami 2. It's fucking
Same.
fantastic. Outside of like
I
the
love it.
occasional bug.
It's very good. It's good. It's like the first game. They haven't changed it too much from the first game because the first game was amazing. And yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. There's more focus on the story in the second game, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Nah, it's not bad at
And
all.
the levels are a lot bigger and a lot harder.
Some people don't like
which
the
is-
size of the levels. I love the
Yeah.
big levels. It's great.
Yeah, and there's some
Oh,
cool
they're
mechanics.
frustrating in a way that I appreciate.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't mind dying in that game because then I get to do the opening sequence again and do it even better. It's like, yeah, I know exactly where this dude's gonna be. I'm gonna kick him with the fucking door, and then I'm gonna get like a 5-hit combo or whatever. It's gonna
Yeah,
be great.
unless
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a guy like across the screen that you'll never see until it's too late who just shoots you for no reason, and then you're like, "Brah!" Just
Yeah,
You
and
become
the
Dodger.
reactions
So,
are so
like-
twitched too.
It's so rare that it goes that far away that you can't even
I
like.
am not the Salt King here, Jesse. Out of
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. What? What?
sorry, Jesse. I believe that out of all of us, you are by far the Salt King.
I don't know what you are referring to.
He is the Sultan of Sodium. That's a wrestling monarch. That is.
I
That's
was about to say,
fantastic.
that sounds like a wrestling thing.
Weighing in at 400 pounds, he is the Sultan of Sodium, Jesse Cox.
Apparently, 450. I guess if we're gonna make crazy numbers, 450.
What makes
600.
you salty? Like what?
He is
game
the
in
world's
particular
saltiest
makes you
athlete.
Super salty. Because I'm not normally a salty person, but Hearthstone makes me salty as hell. Like
Oh,
I
Hearthstone
cannot.
You
makes
get
me
salty at
super salty.
Hearthstone? Interesting.
Really salty. I had to stop playing. I was just getting so angry. Like I don't know what it is about Hearthstone. It just drives me crazy after a while. Like if I play it too much, I just go nuts. Like I turn into an animal, and I don't like that.
Is it because of the RNG? Like, you feel like there's bullshit going on in that game?
Yeah, and I feel like when I was playing, I played a lot when GVG came out, and Face Hunter was like the deck to play.
It
Everybody's
still
playing
fucking
Face Hunter.
is. It's not
Yeah,
as brutal because they don't have the goddamn Undertaker anymore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Face
they
Hunter's still
fixed that.
really good, and they actually made it better. They made it better in Blackrock. They give you a card called Quick Shot, which does 3 damage, and if your hand is empty, you draw a card. It's fucking Face Hunter the card. It's terrible.
Yeah, Face Hunter drove me crazy after a while, and I haven't even played Blackrock yet. I haven't even played it yet.
The
I
challenges
really like
are
Nax,
so much
dude.
fun. They
Yeah, I need
went.
to get it.
It's out of the park. It's way better than Nax. Like the arena challenge where he literally plays nothing but legendaries and announces every one of them coming into the arena. It's fantastic. Really good.
Sweet.
And it was actually I played through it first. I did it on stream, and I actually didn't realize how easy it was to beat it
Yeah, it
until
is.
someone in chat was like, "Dummy, literally he just pulls cards from your deck to just get all like giants and dragons and crazy shit, and it will be legendary versus. It's basically watching TB and Krendor fight in Hearthstone.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the Grim Guzzler fight. So in the Grim Guzzler fight,
yeah.
He pulls a card from your deck and a card from his deck every turn. So literally, you just get nothing but 7+ cost minions and just destroy him. But I actually beat the Heroic Wing that way as well. He draws 2 cards from his own deck and 1 card from yours. Still beat him. Took a while.
I need to get it. Like, I want to play it. I love Hearthstone, but I need to take breaks from it, like really long breaks, because I just get so furious at it, and then I just have to uninstall it, take it easy,
Yeah, I haven't
play
played
other stuff, and
Hearthstone
then come back to it.
months. Because I hit that wall where, like, I wasn't enjoying playing it at all.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to stop for a while.
Yeah, you get, like, a lot of people talk about it and they say that there needs to be sort of like more rewards and more sort of like emphasis on the free-to-play side, you know, like maybe you should get coins more, maybe you should get packs more. And I feel like I agree with that. I feel like maybe in the latter, because everything about it's so simple, isn't it, Hearthstone? It's like really, really simple. Like all the systems in it are very simple. And it's like almost too simple. Like you don't get rewarded enough. I don't know, maybe I'm being greedy, but like I feel like it would like incentivize me to play a bit more if I knew that it wasn't such a grind to like get free packs and stuff like that. I don't know.
I think that's also an issue with Heroes is you feel the grind after a while. Like the only way to alleviate that is to buy the stim packs, because in Heroes you're grinding out level after level after level to get to 10, and then like you hit 8 it becomes longer, and then 9 it becomes longer, and now they've introduced 10 to 20 grinding, but your only reward is you get more gold. It's one of those things where it's like, why would I do that? Like, where's the incentive to keep going?
The only reason, like, I don't see the point in like grinding hero levels in HOTS, because the only interest I have in levels is to get all my talents. Once I've got that, I just play. I mean, bear in mind, I play Dota, which literally has no leveling up rewards of any description. Like, you just play it. It's a game, and that's all you need. Like, there is no progression. The only progression is how good you are.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things that I assume the idea is to keep people playing long. Like, oh, well, you want to level up and get different skins and get this and this. You have to keep playing. So more people are on more. Like, I get that. The problem is that it becomes very frustrating if your life objective is like, I want to get this character, let's say Murky, who even by the devs' admission is like one of the worst characters. So like, if you want to keep playing Murky, you have to keep playing this awful character who's fun but awful and doesn't help the team much 100 times in a row, with all these other people who hate you for playing that character in groups that are probably going to lose repeatedly. Like, it becomes a frustrating... Like, I hate grinding. That's why Final Fantasy XIV sucks. Fuck grinding. Fuck it. Fuck grinding. It is the worst concept in the history of concepts.
You need to stop playing HOTS and play Dota 2. There's no fucking grinding of any description. You get all the fucking heroes from the very start. You're on the same level as everyone else.
Here's the reason why I'll never play Dota 2. Dota 2 and, like, the fact that when I play League, I'm a little overwhelmed. Everyone's like, Dota 2 is like a much, there's a lot more to it.
Dota 2 is harder than League.
And I'm like, fuck it, I will never play that game. Hard is not what I want. Like, Heroes is right
you could play
in my skill level.
You could play the hero that literally only has one ability and everything else is passive. You'll be fine.
Nah.
Play Skeleton King. You'll be fine.
That sounds like work.
No, Dota 2 is very fun to play, but the people that you play with, especially if you matchmake with randoms, are super unforgiving. Like, you'll meet... literally some of the worst people in the entire universe through Dota 2 if you matchmake with them. It's crazy. It's like the angriest player base in the universe, bar none. Like, play Dota 2. It's just it's insane.
Absolutely. I like to soothe them with my dulcet tones over voice over IP. I sing them a song, and they gradually calm, or they rage even harder at me. One way or the other. But something will happen. That I can guarantee. Dota with a team is great. Love it.
Yeah,
but that's anything with a team. Like, literally, you can be like anything.
But it's a team-based game. Of course, a team-based game with a team is better. Why wouldn't it be?
Anything is better with, like, if you're playing with friends, literally anything is better.
Yes, but Dota's still good anyway. It's just more tolerable if you have people that don't want to kill your dog if you miss a fucking last hit, you know?
Yeah, literally, you'll get messages from people saying, I'm about to kill your dog.
It's like I like hate you more so than anything
in your yard right now.
I've got a gun.
Your dog is
There's
dead.
a gun against your dog's head right now, and I'm about to pull the trigger.
I have a blunderbuss. Like, I got it from my great-great-grandfather. I loaded it with, like, nails and shit. There's some bacon in there, and I'm going to your garden right now. That's how intense some of these people get.
Yeah.
Can I legally own a blunderbuss in this country? I'm pretty sure I can.
Look, you're in the South. You can own whatever gun you want, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
You'll be A-okay.
I was going to say, I'll get the bazooka and a blunderbuss. I'll be totally fine for when the zombies come. It's all good. I can load that shit with anything. It'll be great.
A bazooka with a blunderbuss end. So it's
add-on? That's the next Call of Duty.
Bacon and nails and just...
Yes.
Well, why is it that I can't customize an RPG?
Bacon? Guys,
just
I think we're missing an opportunity here.
Yeah.
Shoot bacon out of blunderbusses.
Absolutely. At dogs. So they get a delicious treat.
Spray.
Yeah. It's just like we spray bacon everywhere and the dogs come. It'd be great.
It's like that bacon strips. Bacon, 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 bacon. That's every dog in a quarter-mile radius.
I reckon they can make an ad for that. You know those really sexist beef jerky ads they've been putting out where it's like, oh no, a man went to something that wasn't a football game, so he's less of a man now. Better give him meat. Fucking patronizing bullshit.
Beef jerky.
If you're going to do that, get the emergency team with a blunderbuss that's filled with beef jerky and just fire it over the crowd. Just perfect.
Right,
just a rain of jerky.
There's a candy bar. When I was in London, there's a candy bar, and I tried to look for it, but I guess they don't sell the package anymore. But it was like, not for girls. Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
It's Yorkie.
Yeah,
Yorkie, yeah.
The funny thing about Yorkie, right, is that Yorkie got into real, like, hot shit about doing that, and they just did it more. Like, they made a pink one that said, this is for girls. It was exactly the fucking same chocolate bar. They just repackaged it in pink and put a girl with a dress on it. They keep doing this.
All I wanted was to find one of those candy bars and eat it on a stream and just be like, so good, and you can't fucking have any, ladies. That's gonna be my thing.
Yeah, how could you not find a Yorkie? They're some of the most popular chocolate bars in the UK.
No, I did find Yorkies, but they didn't have the thing that said just for like
they don't have it's not for girls anymore. God damn it.
Nope, that's dumb.
That was hilarious. It was just they literally didn't give a fuck. They just kept doing it.
Yeah, I was obsessed with Yorkies for like the longest time too. They're so good.
In Japan, but maybe they lost the. Sorry, keep going. Sorry, go. Continue.
I think maybe they ditched the slogan thing, but I didn't realize. I thought they still had it.
I assume they do. So it's ingrained in us now. We have now internalized the slogan.
Yeah.
In Japan for a long time, and they might still have it, their dark chocolate Pocky was called Man's Pocky.
Really?
And I used to buy it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm eating Man's Pocky because I much prefer, like, dark chocolate.
I think it's a deliberate marketing technique because you get a lot more women to buy it just out of this kind of little sort of teenage rebellious streak in the back of your mind. It's like, I'm going to do that anyway. Fuck you. I think it's effective.
Man's Pocky sounds like the name of a Norway businessman. They called me Man's Pocky.
I have a really dramatic voice too.
Oh, Norwegian businessman, Man's Pocky.
Man's Pocky.
Sounds like. Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm here to deal in diamonds.
Man's Pocky.
My name is Man's Pocky. This is my personal assistant, Yorkie.
So, bitter dark chocolate.
Well, how the hell is dark chocolate a man's thing? Like, I've always felt that dark chocolate was something that like women really enjoy.
Because women stereotypically prefer sweet things, and men stereotypically prefer savory things.
Oh, that's
like,
how it is. Okay.
Bitterness is associated with savory.
Bitterness is associated with men. Yeah, I can't blame them for that.
What? I assume because
or
the
Italians, Italians and men.
Yes.
We all know why it was. It's because some Japanese businessman was like embarrassed to have a pink Pocky thing, and he was like, "Pocky, you should do something about this because I feel less of a man."
The pink Pocky's amazing. Are you fucking kidding me? It's a fantastic.
But I'm saying some asshole probably complained. Like, whatever, grow up. Like, I want something that looks like I'm manly.
I think
like,
if you're an
adult
and you're embarrassed by the color of something, you're not an adult. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You never grew up. Get the fuck over it. If it's delicious and it's pink, it's still delicious. It's the same with drinking. I will drink girly drinks. No, I drink drinks that taste good. I'll have that. I don't care. If that thing is I go to Melting Pot, and I always order the Yin Yang Martini. It is chocolate in a yin yang shape with chocolate shavings, white and dark chocolate, and chocolate buttons in it, shaped like a yin yang. I order it every fucking time, and I don't give a shit. I'm just like,
zero fucks.
because it's delicious. Fuck you. I'm paying for this meal. I'll drink whatever the fuck I want. Your beer sucks. Get out. Give me the fucking martini.
Dodger will verify this. Every time I go out drinking, I order a beer and then whatever the fruitiest drink on the menu is. Yeah. I was like, look, I must have both.
We went to Buffalo Wild Wings before we saw Furious 7, and when I sat down, everybody else had already like ordered drinks and stuff, and I was like, what is that? What are you guys drinking? A hurricane. I was like, okay, I'll get one of those.
It's like bright red, and I have a beer and a hurricane. I was like, I'm feeling good. Yeah. Wonderful.
Drink whatever the fuck you want. That is the one thing I've never understood. People judge you based on what fucking drink you want. It's like, I didn't choose my taste buds, motherfuckers. They like this. I love fucking tart. I will get a lemon drop because it tastes delicious, and I'm gonna drink it, and I don't give a fuck what you say. My beer's better than yours anyway.
The problem with alcohol is when the way you pitch it is, well, I had to drink it for a while to really appreciate it. Like, I thought it was disgusting too, but now I like it because my palate, you know,
Now that I'm wasted,
developing your palate.
And then like as a younger person, you're like, why the fuck would I drink something I hate just so that later I'll like it? Like, that's the worst pitch ever.
It's literally like, oh, I'm gonna drink small amounts of poison to make sure that the Grand Vizier doesn't get me in later life. Like, no, I'm gonna drink what I like. And that's going to be it. I'm going to drink cider and lemon drops and fucking cosmopolitans and yin yang martinis and whatever else is tasty. Fuck you.
TV's like President Snow, spoilers.
What?
Cider's nice though, right?
Cider is great.
Cider is
poison so you could kill
I
them.
wish that ciders were in America more.
They are getting there. Like, especially, there's a bunch of breweries that have started doing ciders in North Carolina, and they're pretty good. And they also import a lot of British stuff. It's becoming more of a big deal. Like, you can find cider in a decent bar or a decent pub will carry some kind of cider now. So, we drank the bar dry of Magners when we were partying at Miracle of Sounds gig in Durham.
Bring them all!
No, we literally drank all of them. Every Magners they had. But I said to everyone who never tried ciders before that were at the Escapist Expo, I was like, look, you guys are going to try cider, and trust me, you're going to like this more than beer. It's stronger than beer. It tastes better than beer. It's fucking awesome.
Sometimes. There's some ciders that are like, this is very berry cider, and it tastes like
like Kopparberg? Oh, no.
It's so gross.
It's too sweet. It's too sweet.
Like, I want cider when I want something, like, kind of sweet and tart, right? But, like, beer has such a different consistency to it. I want beer with certain foods, and I want cider with certain foods.
I will put beer in cooking. I will cook with beer. I will cook with wine. I will not drink either. It's that simple.
My apologies to, I assume, half of our 18,000 viewers who are under the age, who cannot drink, who are like, I'm not sure what's happening.
I thought you were going to say my apologies to our 18,000 viewers who expected a gaming podcast.
I'd never apologize for that. They know what they're getting into. Fuck you.
Oh, man. This is a podcast where we sit here for 3 hours swearing at the audience, and they fucking love every last moment of it.
What up, jerks?
Ooh, yeah.
I'm drinking right now.
Cream of the crop.
I don't give a fuck.
We are acting like college students right now. It's pathetic. We are all too old to be doing this shit.
Oh my god.
Bruh, give me a natty ice.
The last time I drank beer and got drunk off of beer, I was sick for like a week after. It was awful. It's so bad. And wine too. Wine kills you. Like, if you get drunk off of wine, the hangover, you never recover.
But the very first time I met Dodger was at a wine drinking party.
Nice.
The very first time, and we were divided into teams for a wine drink off.
It was box wine. They got the biggest box of white wine, the biggest box of red wine,
and there was white team versus red team.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
To see who could finish the box first.
Everyone was so sick.
You are literally college freshmen.
Everyone, it was like 3 years ago, so we were younger.
You were 28 3 years ago.
Literally, the very first time Jesse and I hung out was at that party.
And that set the stage for many years of misery to come.
It's just...
Oh my
Can
god.
only go down from here.
Let's just all accept that the way to go is mead. Lovely, lovely mead.
Meat is so good.
Mead.
I'm gonna try-
When
Why don't
we
you
went to
make it, man?
Gamescom in the summer, and we went to that Twitch party. Remember that crazy rave that we went to that was like out in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah. I
What were
remember
we
that.
drinking there? Because holy shit, I was drunk for days, and I didn't get sick either. It was amazing.
It was vodka Red Bulls, wasn't it? Just like.
Oh dear.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
There we go. That's my new jam. That's what I got to do every time. I was fine. I couldn't feel
I
my
think
legs.
that was
or
literally
anything.
because all of us were like,
I
"Gosh,
wasn't
we're
sick.
sleepy," and then we let
Yeah.
Sam go get the drinks.
We need to get back to the games
Wake
before Twitch
forever.
literally takes us off the air, because
You
they
gonna take us
will.
off the
They'll
air,
fucking
Twitch?
do it. They'll make an example out of us.
You gonna take us off the edge, bitch?
I'm a man who knows what he wants.
Indeed, he is a man that
We
knows
were
what he
at
wants.
a Twitch party. They can't take us down for talking about a
That's
Twitch
true.
party.
That's true. We were at a Twitch party.
It's basically,
I mean, it was
this is actually Twitch's fault. This is all Twitch's fault. This
It
was
is.
inspired by them.
It is. Every time I've been to a Twitch party, it's been messy. The one at BlizzCon was messy
I'd love
as
to
well.
say it was, but every time I've been to a Twitch party, their open bar ran out after 20 minutes. So it's like,
That's
yeah,
I
enough.
can't hate.
though.
it's
That's
not enough.
It
They gave me a
kills me
pass
every
for
time.
free alcohol. Thanks, Twitch.
Fair.
Yeah. You got one of the platinum bracelets.
Yeah, BlizzCon platinum bracelet.
Just solid
45
gold bracelet.
instead of 20.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
All right, let's get back to video, shall we?
For 10 minutes before we go on.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, we have very little news this week. People are like, oh, talk about Nintendo Direct. No, Nintendo were dicks. We're not talking about you. Fuck you. They were dicks to Angry Joe, so I'm not talking about Nintendo. Fuck you.
All right, so what's the deal with Nintendo? Are they still trying to like monetize?
Yes. Yeah,
Nintendo
We're not
stuff?
talking about Nintendo.
They're still
Everybody-
trying to monetize other people's work, yes. And they're still basically forcing you to do it, yes.
I'm not in the loop with Nintendo at all. I have no idea. I hear
Nintendo is
things,
not in
but
the loop with the real world, so that you're pretty much in the same place there.
We're gonna collide one day, me and Nintendo. We're
But
both
with
out
that
of the loop.
said,
Messy.
Nintendo has at least 2 PR firms that I know of who actively try to woo YouTubers and Twitch people to do videos of their content, which is mind-boggling.
Which is
'Cause it's like-
hilarious. It's like, if we make a video of your content, you'll steal half the revenue. We're not making
Yes.
videos of your content. Fuck you.
No thanks.
it's really weird.
The thing with Nintendo though, they're kind of like, are they sort of the same as Sony, where they have the like American side is different to the Japanese side in
Yes.
the decisions.
The
that
main
they
problem
make.
is that
Yes.
Nintendo's stuck in the Magi era and are apparently trying to represent the
sorry,
last of the
what?
samurai. Like, I don't know what the hell Nintendo Japan is doing half the time.
We need Tom Cruise to fix this whole situation. He will help us out.
Where's Tom Cruise in our hour of need?
Oh,
And we
dear
need like
God.
a.
They were
like a
all
Batman.
beautiful. That's a good movie.
Yep.
But
I
it's like
can't-
the things
and of
and
course,
like,
people will come out and defend Nintendo, and they're like, "You're
They're
all
all
morons if you
beautiful."
defend Nintendo." It's like, yeah, you support the idea that Nintendo could just run off with half the revenue of a video. Okay, that sounds great. Oh, suddenly the videos you like aren't there anymore. Oh, I wonder why that happened. Yeah, okay, sure.
Poor Nintendo. I used to love Nintendo when I was growing up. Like, they could do no wrong. The NES and the SNES and even the Nintendo 64. And then I sort of got old and didn't play anything else after that. But they were great. What happened to them? Why did they?
I have no idea.
I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this, guys. I want to remember them as being
They
good.
just don't understand what.
They don't
What-
get the internet, basically.
Yeah.
That's the main problem.
I mean, well, in some ways they don't get the internet. Like Nintendo Directs, I think are brilliant. But yeah, in terms of understanding how to navigate the space and the other people who are in the space, they're very dumb.
Well, the thing about Nintendo Direct is that Nintendo Direct is circumventing all of traditional games media, and like, maybe it's a bit of a speculation, but it seems like a giant fuck you to all the sites that for the last 2 years have said Nintendo's gonna die, Nintendo's dead, it's not gonna, they don't know what they're doing, and then it's
I'm
like,
okay with
okay,
that, though.
we're now no longer gonna give you any exclusives whatsoever, and we're gonna do it all ourselves, and they're like,
I think that's
shit,
awesome.
shit.
Not only that, they're also saying, I mean, they're basically saying fuck you to every convention too. Just like,
Yeah.
we're not going to do announcements at conventions. That's a fucking waste of time. We're just going to do announcements
love
whenever we
PAX.
want.
Yeah.
They love PAX though. They're at every PAX even PAX South when there was like 4 people there. Nintendo had
They
the
were there.
biggest booth. They were like, "What
It's
up? We're
true.
here." So,
Wow.
Someone just pointed out,
Twitch had the biggest booth.
incidentally, that there's a new Humble Bundle out. It's Humble Bundle Tabletops. It has Talisman in it, our favorite game.
Oh, you should probably go grab that.
Yeah.
You should probably watch that video.
You should watch the end. You can skip all of it as long as you watch the end.
Oh my god. That's
So good.
I'm not going to play Talisman for a
you,
very
Jesus,
long
for you.
time, I think. Oh my god. It's got the Ticket to Ride complete pack in there as well, and Catan. And 100% orange juice is in there.
Yeah,
Oh, that's because that's a ridiculous game. That's because this weekend is tabletop day. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that why that's there?
Yeah, pretty sure. Something like that.
I've heard that the mobile version of Ticket to Ride is actually really good.
It
I
is.
haven't used it at all.
It's very good. And the version on PC is just as good. I mean, Ticket to Ride is just a fun game in general. So
Yeah.
it comes a Small World and the expansions Magnifico, Talisman plus Frost March expansion, Catan Creators Edition, Ticket to Ride, 100% orange juice, and if you pay $32, you get this physical set of rewards, which is full of very weird shit. So you
Are
could.
any of them body pillows?
It comes with a bandage girl.
I'm
What?
almost sold.
Like
Was
a
it-
stuffed one?
I think so.
Wait,
There's
what? What is a bandaged girl?
Bandage girl
Like,
from Super Meat
from
Boy.
Meat Boy.
Yeah.
That's not what I thought you were talking about. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, you can find that. If you wish.
All right, let's see.
Bandage
here.
girl.
Anything else you've been playing this week, Sips?
I've been playing. I started playing the original Fallout because I never played it
Oh, Fallout
back
1?
in
Oh, yeah.
'97. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
the very first one. So I started playing it because I thought it's this classic game
It
that
is.
I feel like I should have played, but I didn't. So I picked it up and I created a character. And I didn't realize at the time that giving my character little to no intelligence would affect the rest of the game.
Oh, yes.
So it's been a ride.
So all your dialogue options are now, ugh.
Pretty much, yeah. But
Yeah.
I managed to get to the Brotherhood of Steel bunker and get the operation to augment my intelligence by 1, which has helped. But yeah, and I've been playing Grim Fandango as well, the remastered.
Oh, that's such
Great
a good
game.
game.
Yeah, another
also keen
game
on
that I
the
just
remaster,
didn't play
but
when it came out.
the
I used to
game's
love the point and click adventure games. I grew up playing those. Never played Grim Fandango, so thought I'll give it a try. I mean, the remastered version doesn't seem like it's overly different from the original, but
not.
at least you can play it, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they literally just made the game work, and then they put a few token additions
Yeah.
into it. But
Having
it
it on
works.
Steam and stuff
So
is
many
nice.
times to live stream that game because I've also never played it before. To just like
it's
go
a
into it
classic
blind.
game.
But it's
It's
a
very
game you
good.
need to walk through.
But it's
to
really
play.
hard,
Yeah,
right?
it's really
Like-
hard.
It
You
is
need,
very
you basically
hard,
need to
yeah.
walk through
Yeah.
these days to play
Yeah,
that game.
we've talked about it before. But
If you
like,
want a point and click that is not too difficult but is still amazing, Indiana Jones, Fate of Atlantis, get that, make it in your life, put that in your
Yeah.
life. That is one of the best
Fantastic.
point and click adventures.
It's one of the
That's
best.
another one though. That's another one that has a few times where you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
This is what I
mean,
hate about
that's,
point and clicks.
That's the element of point and clicks that is
Despise them.
necessary, I
Yeah.
think. But
Yeah.
I think some of the puzzles in Grim Fandango were just so obscure, though. Like without
Yeah.
a little bit of help, I would have just been stuck forever. I would have never figured them out.
Yeah.
Fate of Atlantis, I didn't find it too bad. I mean, I was pretty
Yeah,
young
it's
when I
not-
played it.
It's
The Monkey
not-
Islands, I never got stuck forever on either. Managed to sort of get through
Sam and
them and
Max.
stuff,
Sam and Max was amazing.
Oh my God.
Day of the
Yeah,
Tentacle.
but even
still
Full
good.
Throttle was really good.
Pretty much all the Scum Engine stuff is great.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like pretty classic games.
Long
That-
ago
that
when
whole
LucasArts
genre.
made good games.
Most
Yeah.
of that stuff's on GOG now, isn't
Back
it?
in
You
the
can just
day.
play it from there.
Yeah. Yeah, they redid Monkey Island 2 they redid a couple of years ago,
Yes.
which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like all redesigned everything, graphics and stuff. That was really, really good actually. But yeah, I didn't play the last Monkey Island I played was 3. I don't think I ever played 4. 4 was the one using like when they started using like the tank control keyboardy kind of stuff.
Oh,
I
when they
never
went the
played
Grim
that.
Fandango route with it? Yeah.
Yeah. I never played the 4th one, and then I didn't play the Telltale Monkey Islands either. I don't know if they're
Yeah,
any good
apparently
or not.
pretty good.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I
I'll try
played
them.
some of the Sam and Max games. They were good. I enjoyed those.
Oh, Sam and Max.
Oh, I forgot about those. Yeah, the episodic Sam and Max stuff.
Oh,
Sam
yeah.
and Max is so good.
Yeah, it was.
That was when they actually made point and click games instead of their cutscenes with occasional choices and things.
Yeah.
Not that I dislike their cutscenes with occasional choice games. I like them very much. They're just not point and clicks anymore.
Yeah. I mean, point and clicks. There's one I think this one on the list, this Dead Synchronicity is a point and click, right? It's
Oh
coming
my
out
God!
soon.
I got a demo of that, and I was super excited to play it. And then I looked at the things that were like, "Do not show this. Do not talk about this. Do not." I was like, "Well, I will never be." So I played it, and I can't say a damn thing about it. So
The embargo's that strict on it.
oh, it's legit,
man.
like super strict. I was like,
Oh, God.
all right then, because they're like, this game is super spoilery, and if you say one thing, you're gonna ruin everything. I was like, all right.
I dislike that. I mean, if a game has too strict an embargo, I literally just wait for it to come out and then just ignore the whole thing. And just like, look, there's gonna be spoilers. Here's a spoiler warning. Done. You know, whatever. If your game is ruined by one early game spoiler, then your game probably didn't have enough good twists in it.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the story, but apparently I read a review on it because I was interested because it's an adventure game, point and click, and I thought it might be good. So they were saying pretty excited about it. You know, it's an adventure game, point and click or whatever. But apparently the story just goes nowhere. You spend like hours investing in the story and getting into it and stuff, and then it just ends. But like it doesn't wrap up anything. It doesn't
Lovely.
sort of which I don't know if that's because it's still sort of like in not out or if that's the plan. I mean, that doesn't bother me if it's like sort of like artistically done and you're left thinking, oh, maybe this will happen or maybe that happened or something, and it's fine. But apparently with this, it's like no, it just suddenly ends and that's it, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, what happens to this and that? And there's no room for it, sort of thing. And they were a bit disappointed. So I don't know.
If you want to play a crazy bonkers point and click, my advice is play the game Yesterday. It is nutballs. Sips, you will lose your mind. It is the craziest. It's called Yesterday, and it is the craziest game you will ever play. I can't even begin to describe. I won't even try to describe it to you. It might be that I need to do that. I did that. I want to do Longest Journey, and I want to do Book of Unwritten Tales 2. I played that for Fan Friday. I want to finish that up. But those are like some really great point and clicks that I played recently that I'm just like, I need that stuff.
Longest Journey is meant to be amazing. Like I always hear
it
good
is
things about
amazing.
Have you played the episodics? I haven't actually had a chance to play the episodic stuff yet, but I'm told it's really good. Like the writing is spot on.
I mean, Broken Age Part 2 is coming out at the end of the month too, right? But
yeah, it is.
I love, like, here's the thing, is like I loved what they did with Broken Age Part 1, but I will openly admit that game was super easy. Like there was no challenge in the puzzle solving there at all.
Yeah.
Like I blew through that game.
I got stuck.
What? On what?
I'm really bad at point and clicks. Terrible.
Like I think point and clicks are my one true calling in gaming, because like that's what I used. Seriously, that's what I used to play like when I was a kid. So I get like the mechanics of how they work. And so even Book of Unwritten Tales, I live streamed it and got through the first section. There's one part I didn't understand, but we figured it out just by like looking around. But really, I can like figure that those are my jam. Like I get point and clicks. Like even the fuzzy logic that makes no sense. Eventually, I'm like, is this what they meant to do? And it works. And you're like, oh shit.
I think point and clicks are having a renaissance in the era of Twitch because you can crowdsource the puzzles.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
You can stream it and have chat try and figure it out for you. Perfect.
Dude,
fun games.
I did play Leisure Suit Larry, chat. You're right. I did play. I love that game. But I played it when my parents weren't home, so they wouldn't see me looking at naked women as Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh god, the Sierra adventure games were so good though. Even Leisure Suit Larry the original ones were really good. Did you play the Reloaded one, the recent one?
No, I haven't played.
Apparently, it was like missing animations and things like that. I know that Eurogamer had the most embarrassing review of a game I've ever seen about it. They gave it like 2 out of 10, and it was a massive rant by the person that wrote the review.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Like, it didn't even tell me anything about the game. It just couldn't. They literally condemned everyone that backed it on Kickstarter. They literally said everyone that backed on Kickstarter was a fucking creep or whatever. It was like, what
just
the
pure anger.
Yeah, it was disgraceful. It was one of the worst articles I've ever seen. That was like one of the times where games journalism just jumped the shark completely.
For sure.
Yeah, it's like Leisure Suit Larry's always been a really silly, tongue-in-cheek series. And the thing is, like, you're never supposed to really sympathize with Larry. Larry's pathetic. That's the whole point. You know?
It's so weird because the Leisure Suit Larry games come from a time in gaming, I feel, where you didn't have to invest so much because, I mean, Leisure Suit Larry, the original games, I just got copies of them from like my friend's dad because who's gonna buy that? I would never go buy Leisure Suit Larry.
It sold millions, apparently.
I wasn't old enough. Yeah, but it's weird. Like I never really like thought about Leisure Suit Larry as if like, oh, I spent money on this and this game sucks and I'm so angry sort of thing, because I didn't at the time, and it was just sort of the way things happened back then, like the original.
Love for Sale. Love for Sale still remains one of my favorite point and clicks. Is that the one where he's on the cruise ship?
Isn't it Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places or something like that? Or Love for Sale, maybe?
Yeah, I think
Shape
Love for
Up
Sale
or
is the one where
Slip Out.
he's on the cruise ship.
Yeah.
That one amused the shit out of me, and I was like in that perfect age range of like 13 to 16, where it's like, that is, you're this nerdy looking dude trying to get laid. That's the point of the game, and everyone is actively preventing you from getting, like, that is the perfect age range for a game like that. I was like, God damn it, I just want to get laid. Leisure
I just
Suit
want to see
Larry.
the boobies.
Yeah.
That's really what it was.
The age check was just questions from.
Oh yeah, it was questions of stuff you would never know the answer to if you weren't old enough. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unfortunately, now of course the questions are so obscure that nobody knows the answers to them.
Yeah, you just got the internet now.
You got
Like, just
Wikipedia. You're
Yeah,
right.
you googs, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
Stop
like, who
shortening
was
words for
Ronald
no
Reagan's
reason, Dodger. This is the
secretary?
one thing about you I
Who's
really
Burt
hate.
Reynolds?
You keep doing
What?
this. You keep shortening words for no reason. Google
I
is not a
told
long
you.
word. You don't need to
I
say
told you.
googs
I
or
told you
totes.
years
You don't
ago.
need totes. It's tote.
In our first podcast, I complained about this. She does it all the time because she thinks it's cute. Cute Dodger had red hair and little things. This is not cute Dodger.
No. So my dad also gets called out on doing this all the fucking time. My dad and I both do this, and Sam fucking hates it.
It's
Like, I'll be
infuriating.
like, oh, he was looking for a hat. He was like, hey, do you know where that hat is? And I was like, oh, you need a little hat-a-laddle? And he was like, stop
Stop
it.
that.
That's not a word. That's not a
I thought
fucking
you were
word.
going to shorten hat.
It's
not
completely
just, like,
impractical.
No.
You just added more
No,
syllables to it for no reason.
It's
Yeah.
the making up a new word out of like
God,
elements
it's
of
annoying.
the previous word.
God, it's annoying.
Hat-a-laddle.
Too bad. Too bad. I
Let's
fucking
go
love
to a
it.
break before it becomes even more annoying. When we come back, we'll talk. I mean, I'm not going to promise that we'll talk about video.
I hope you guys are
Shut
ready to
up!
have-
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Co-Optional Podcast. We do occasionally talk about video games. We're trying our best, guys. Really.
We're not trying.
No.
We
This
haven't
is actually a
talked about
zero
it.
effort show. Very, very lazy. Dodger, what have you been playing this week?
Well, more Final Fantasy XIV. I finished the 2.0 story. I'm level 50. Started working on my relic weapon and continuing the story so that I can hopefully. We're trying to finish up all of the story elements up to where the expansion is going to start, so that we can hop right into the expansion. But
Makes sense.
yeah, that's continued to be very fun.
World number one.
Yeah, our free company is world number 1 free company.
What does that mean?
Wow, grats.
We're the number 1, like, free companies are like guilds, so we're like the number 1 free company in the world. We're like super, super active. So that's pretty amazing. I don't know how that happened, but
Literally nobody else plays that game, so that's why.
Are you playing it because it's an MMO or because you love Final Fantasy?
I'm
Or both?
playing it. I'm neither. So
Oh, okay.
I'm playing it because Sam played it a long time ago, and then when they announced the expansion a while back, he was like, hey, we should play this game and like see if you like it, and if you do, maybe we can, get up to where the expansion is going to start and we can play it together. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun. Sure, I'll try it out, but I don't like MMOs, so not promising anything. And I've told this story for the last like 3 podcasts, but it became like the MMO that I'm super, super into. And I haven't been into an MMO in forever, so it's been really fun, like connecting with a community and doing dungeons and things like that.
Yeah.
It's been really, really fun. And Jesse was laughing because a lot of the things that I've been complaining about are things that, people who have played MMOs consistently have been complaining about for years. I was like, don't you just hate it when the tank just like runs ahead and nobody has the time to catch up, and then he's like almost dead by the time you get there, and then he's angry at you because you're the healer and you were supposed to be healing him even though he didn't like wait up for you, like that sort of shit. And he's like,
Yeah, it's like every MMO.
So, yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, it's been super, super fun. I'm a cat boy, and I'm into that. I'm a healer cat boy who's learning how to be a culinarian. But the other game that I finally tried
crazy.
out, it's nuts. The other game that I tried out finally, because we hit 600,000 subscribers on YouTube. Woo!
Congratulations.
And so I said I would stream whatever game my viewers wanted, and they all wanted Bloodborne. And originally I was only going to play Bloodborne by myself, because I wanted like the pure experience of not having 1,000 people telling me where to go, who to talk to, what to do, what weapons to get, where to put my points, etc. But everybody demanded it. And so I was like, all right, I'll stream it, but we're going to have a really strict policy in chat. Like, if you're telling me what to do in the game, you're going to get timed out. Like, it was really, really strict.
Wow.
And I wound up having like a really good, pure experience with the beginning of the game. And I've continued playing it. I streamed it a bit more yesterday. I've done 3 bosses so far, so I'm not super far. But man, that game is super fun. It is so fun. I love it.
Bloodborne is like Dark Souls, right?
Yes.
Sort of the same idea? Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Except with even more frame drops and terrible loading times.
Tons of similarities. Yeah, I don't... Like, the game is fun enough that I don't give a shit about that stuff.
A lot of people like that. They just soldier through it. Because
every now and then I'll be sitting there and be like, wow, we're still on the loading screen. My goodness. But other than that, like, I don't notice the framing problems at all. That game is, man, I love the designs on the monsters, which is always a big thing for me. Just the atmosphere of the world is really nice and interesting. And I've heard Sam talk about the lore enough at this point that I understand a couple of things that I probably shouldn't know about at the beginning of the game, but I don't know. It's been super cool. That game is really, really, really fun. But I'm also, after finally playing Dark Souls and really loving the Dark Souls games, Bloodborne is like right up my alley. It's that same sort of frustration where I don't want to stop playing. So, yeah, super cool.
I need.
There it is.
I also need to finish Dark Souls, which I'll never do.
No chance.
I can appreciate Dark Souls. I just get immensely frustrated and fed up playing it because it's so hard. It's just so hard.
You banned the word Cain. Somebody in chat is calling me out. Yeah, we did ban the word Cain because everybody was going, take the cane, take the cane, take the cane, take the cane. And so we eventually had to ban the word Cain. That's how bad it was in that chat. That's how much people want a backseat, like so hard.
Oh, God. It's been happening so much lately. Bloodborne is particularly bad for it, especially now that people have had a chance to play it. Anyone that tries to newly play Bloodborne will be... It's like, they want to lecture you on how to play Bloodborne. It's like, fuck you.
Absolutely.
We want the same... The learning experience is half the fun. Stop ruining it.
Exactly. Like, when I played Dark Souls 2, I loved Dark Souls 2, but I will totally admit I leaned on chat pretty heavily. If I didn't know where to go, I would immediately look at chat, and they'd be like, go this way, and I'd be like, oh, cool, thanks, chat, right? And with Bloodborne, I didn't want that. I wanted to have that experience of, like, I have no idea where to go. I don't know where things are. Like, I don't know what these are. I don't know if I can defeat them. I don't know what weapon is best for me. I don't know where to put my attributes, like, in conjunction with my weapon. Like, having that whole experience be solely in between, like, my brain and the game was really rewarding, because when I was actually able to beat things, I was like, yeah, fuck you. I did that by myself. You know?
Yeah,
it was almost
that's like, a great feeling, isn't it?
It is. It was almost like the feeling of playing video games with your brother for a really, well, for me, playing video games with my older brother for a really long time, and then finally playing a game by myself and beating it and being like, yeah, I didn't need you, Jared. I did that by myself.
Yeah.
Like, it felt kind of like that rewarding sort of way.
Backseat gaming is not fun for the broadcaster, like, in the vast majority of circumstances. There are situations where you'll say, hey, chat, can you help me on this? And they'll give you help. But the backseat gaming, it drives me nuts. Like, I stream less because of it, I think. I mean, it even happens in sub chat. It still happens. I stream less Hearthstone because of it. I like to stream games.
Hearthstone is like the worst.
That is the worst for backseat gaming.
Everybody in
Absolute
Twitch
worst.
chat
Miss Lethal,
is
TB,
a bona fide professional.
you miss Lethal.
Yeah, and like you
TB.
kill them the turn afterwards, and it doesn't even fucking matter. You know,
No,
you know
like,
it doesn't
you
matter.
miss Lethal.
Yeah, but you didn't do this optimally, so I'm really, really fucking angry for some reason. Like, oh god, shit.
I want to point out I streamed Hearthstone this last week and a Tuesday instead of the podcast, and I gave everyone the shit they deserve for constantly saying lethal the face. I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. And I was like, you just making shit up. And they're like, no, that's what we say when we play this game. I was like, you guys are fucking idiots.
I've never heard that.
Lethal
I've never heard that till
fa-
today. So they don't say that. They were bullshitting
The face. No, every single person.
No,
lethal,
seriously.
The face is the
People
stupid.
are literally
well,
saying
the face
it in
is the
chat
character.
right
Yeah,
now.
you know, face and board. Yeah, they're terms. But lethal the face is not a phrase. Nobody
They're like,
uses
dude,
that.
lethal the face. I swear to God. I'm like,
They
just
were
lethal
trolling
the
the shit
face,
out of me.
Cox. Just lethal the face. And I was like, what are you saying to me? That is a nonsense phrase. If this was said anywhere else except right now in Hearthstone, I would be like, you're a fucking crazy person. Because that makes
I don't
no
understand.
sense.
What I don't understand about it is like lethal is lethal, right?
Yeah.
No matter what, lethal is lethal. So like if
What
you
does
have
that
lethal,
Lethal means lethal damage. It means you've killed the guy.
it means in this turn you can win.
Yes.
And
It's the
if
win
you
condition.
didn't win in that turn, then you missed lethal is the
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
So lethal the face means you can get lethal by just attacking the face, right? That's what I
Yes.
would assume.
Which is
Oh,
how
wait,
you
hold
get
on.
lethal
Never mind.
anyway.
Never mind.
You
Apparently,
get that HP down to 0.
I combined lethal and the face to equal lethal the face. I'm the only person who's ever used that, apparently.
Oh, so it's your
Sorry.
fault. Right, great.
Sorry.
Yeah. Just wanted to check that, because like I said, no one has ever said that.
I did, and now I've started a thing.
Idiot.
Lethal the face, Cox.
Lethal the face.
Great, now you've made
Yeah,
Hearthstone
that doesn't
slightly
make
less
sense
tolerable
because
for
lethal is
everybody.
lethal, whether it's the face or not. I don't understand why people would say lethal the face. That makes more sense.
Yeah,
Lethal the
thanks,
face.
Jesse. Thanks.
Lethal
Good,
the
good.
face. My bad. Sorry.
I know.
Sorry. Apparently, I dreamed it all.
I mean, backseat, it depends on the game you're playing, but backseat gaming on Twitch can get really, really bad. Like, it's even bad in YouTube comments, but at least you can sort of ignore that, whereas the chat's, like, there with you right now, telling you to do other shit. Like,
Yeah. But I mean,
stop.
it has to do with you as a viewer. Like, what do you want? Do you want somebody who's going to actually, like, listen to you, or do you want somebody who's actually experiencing the game? Because
I don't know what it is. I think it's a mixture,
It's a
isn't it?
totally different feel to the stream, I think.
I don't think I mind the backseat gaming so much. Like if people are saying, you know, try this or do this or whatever, I don't find that so much of a problem. I think the mentality that there's one specific way to play every game and you have to be super efficient and optimal and it just sucks the fun out of the game in the end.
Yeah.
I disagree with.
It's like, I mean,
think
if
that
you
that's
want to
just
watch
stupid.
someone who makes perfect plays, you know, and
Yeah.
there's no one that makes perfect plays all the time, but if you want to
No.
watch like
Hafu-
high-level players, there
Hafu
are streams
does.
for that. Hafu does
Yeah,
not
Hafu
make perfect plays
makes
all the
perfect
time.
plays.
She makes a
Hafu is
lot of
just
perfect
fantastic.
plays, but not.
Hafu's perfect.
No. Sorry, I
Oh.
beat YogscastSips, who was trained by Hafu in the Lord of the Arena tournament, so evidently she does not make perfect plays. Just saying.
Hafu-
Actually, it's also possible that Zithian's just bad. I'm not sure, but, you know, whatever. All of these possible.
It's possible.
Basically, it's the same as yelling at, as someone just pointed out in the chat, it's exactly the same as yelling at the TV with sports, but the problem
Yeah.
is they can hear you. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, the sports people can't hear you. The people that play the sports people, they can't hear you. We can hear you, and it's
Yeah.
deafening. Please stop.
We're not like the sports people. Jeez, guys.
We
lethal
can't deal with
face.
that shit.
I like when you're playing a game and you don't know what you're doing and you make a mistake and then you recover from it and it makes the game super interesting because you're like, okay,
Well,
maybe
yeah.
I should have done it this way and it would have been super
It's a
efficient.
comedy of
and-
errors, that game. It's a
and-
comedy of errors in
exactly,
R&D,
yeah.
you know? That's what makes it interesting. Someone fucked up, so you capitalize on that mistake, blah, blah, blah. You know?
Yeah, and like if you play an RPG game and you make a mistake somewhere along the line, you just roll with it because it's interesting to see how it unfolds because it's a different story than you would have gotten if you just played it super effectively and you know
Yeah.
sort of jig the mechanics and whatever. And I don't know, it just doesn't seem as fun than you know your own story of sort of like being horribly inefficient but then getting through it eventually. I think it's a lot more fun. Interesting.
I think the games that annoy me the most is where there is no actual optimal choice, but someone thinks there's an optimal choice and insists you do it. And this is like the case in a lot of RPGs where people will say, "Oh, you missed this character, so you ruined the game." No, that's part of my story. It's part of my story that I didn't experience that character. My story's not going to be the same as yours. I don't want it to be the same as yours. Stop. You know? And people say, "Oh, just turn off the chat." The problem is, like, people complain if you turn off the chat. Like, they want that interactive experience, but it's very hard to draw the line between being interactive with the chat and then being driven mad by the chat. You know, it's
I mean, ideally, like the chat, you want it to sort of simulate sitting on a couch and playing a game in your living room with a bunch of people. But you don't want that one person that comes over to your house. It's like, "Oh, you fucking suck so bad.
You're not doing it optimally.
You've never played this game.
I never want to play a fighting game on stream again because, like, I have fun playing Dan and just beating people, but, like, there's terms I've never even heard being spouted in the chat. It's like, "Oh, you didn't reverse negative edge the focus attack dash cancel. You gotta get your meaties right. You know, what's with your footsies? I don't get it. Why aren't you crossing up? Shut up! I don't understand your language. Stop.
Hang on a second, though. Are you saying that there's tactics to fighting games? Because, like, I pick up the controller and I'm
Here
like
we
an animal.
go.
I'm just like, what do I do? Press all the buttons.
The best fighting game players, the guys who are like, no one to block, no one to counter, no one to not attack. No, oh my god. Some of the best fighting, like, I go to EVO, some of the best tournament matches are the ones where shit doesn't happen for like a minute. The dudes are just like sizing each other up like, "Oh shit, we're not."
It's a mind game.
Yeah, and they're not even like near each other. And it's like, "Oh shit, they're getting in each other's heads." It's like, what is happening?
This
totally
actually
true.
exists. I can't believe it.
Yep.
I have to see this.
Street Fighter is the best version of that because dudes will like
I love watching people play Street Fighter.
Street Fighter 4 is quite a defensive game. That's kind of why that happens.
Good.
Street Fighter 5 is supposed to have less of that, and I'm interested to see if they might actually make that more aggressive. The game I hate watching, I think, is Marvel vs. Capcom 3, because it literally is about
that is
who drops the combo first. It's like, all right, okay, he started his combo. I'm going to make some tea. I'll be back in about a minute. The combo will still be going. It's just like doing no damage, but he's got to keep the combo going.
Unless you can counter that combo mid-combo, and then you could reverse the counter. Oh, shit.
Well, that's why I like watching Killer Instinct, because combo breakers. Combo breakers are fucking awesome, because there's a degree of prediction in that.
Are these played like on Twitch, like regularly? Like,
I mean, you can watch tournaments. Like, if you watch Evolution, it's the biggest tournament. That has a lot of viewers.
July 17th. July 17th.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, great. This sounds amazing.
It's fun to watch. Like, fighting games are. It depends which one you like. Because, like, I like watching Smash Melee because it's very hectic. I like watching Street Fighter 4 because it's very strategic. And I'll watch Killer Instinct because I just fucking love Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct? Seriously?
Yeah, the new one. Xbox One, fucking great game. It's still the only worthwhile Xbox One game that exists. It's fucking
my god,
Jesus.
So good.
Sips, if you want to see go look at the footage of last year's EVO Smash tournament where they had the dude playing Pikachu.
Oh, that was
and the
was
crowd
hype.
lost their shit because Fox is like
Pikachu's
an overpowered douchey character,
Yeah.
and this guy was like, "Pikachu's gonna get your ass," and he went driving out just like this dude.
God.
And the
That's
crowd
so
lost it. There was like I don't even know, maybe 40,000 people in there crammed in, losing their mind. It was insane. Like just
I hope Mortal Kombat 10 is good to watch. I actually liked watching Mortal Kombat 9, except I started watching the era where everyone played fucking Kung Lao because he was OP. So it was like Kung Lao versus Kung Lao. Like 3 months down the line, they finally fixed Kung Lao and it was watchable again. But by that point, nobody gave a fuck. So hopefully Mortal Kombat 10 is good.
Seriously, I tried to be somewhat ready for this podcast. Like, I tried to, like, make sure I knew what was coming out and stuff like that. And now, all of a sudden, you just spring on me that there's, like, this, like, active...
world.
Yeah, fighting games.
super active.
Oh, yeah.
Fighting games!
Super active.
I think the last fighting game I played was, like, Street Fighter II Turbo. I'm not even kidding. Like,
I'm telling you, it's...
Jesus.
It's next level. Like, the competitive scene is crazy. EVO is, I mean, there's other tournaments, but EVO itself is 3 days.
Huge.
And day one is like all that you can see, like 50 games being played at once. And day two is like sort of the semis. And that Sunday is like the hypest shit that ever existed on the, like, in the world. It is
come to
next level
Vegas.
crazy.
Come to Vegas.
It's crazy,
Vegas.
pants. It's so much fun.
Oh my
Yeah, it's
God.
in Vegas,
Okay.
man.
So good.
I will check this all out. This sounds great.
It's worth watching
Fighting.
EVO just on stream because it's really fun. Like, and the thing is, they play so many different fighting games. You'll probably find one that you like. You know, and I don't like some of them. I don't like watching like King of Fighters, and I'm not really hugely keen on the new Smash. or on. I don't watch Tekken either. I don't like the look of that, but yeah, I don't watch Tekken. But stuff like Street Fighter, I love Street Fighter. I don't watch Marvel too much, but I do watch Killer Instinct. That's fun. But yeah, it's good.
The Marvel stuff had the tag team thing, right?
Yeah,
like
Marvel's the 3-man tag team game. But
okay,
at the highest level, it literally is. One person starts a combo, and 45 seconds later, maybe they drop it, but they just keep fucking going. I don't find that interesting to watch, personally.
Yeah, Street Fighter is my favorite one to watch. I think it has the best pace for viewing.
Yeah, it's got some really good shit going on with it.
I look forward to this whole new world.
Indeed,
I gotta say.
The whole new world. Well, I mean, Mortal Kombat 10 is out Tuesday, if I recall correctly, and it's actually coming out on PC at the same time as console, which is rare.
Yeah.
So...
Who's the new?
Do they still do like the fatalities and everything?
Oh yes. Oh, they're so brutal. This
God,
they're ridiculous.
What? Jesus. I remember when those were coming out in the arcade. They were so.
Oh no,
awesome,
I mean they pull your intestines out through your mouth now. They're great. They're so ridiculous.
That is excellent. That is,
oh yeah, absolutely.
That's amazing.
Dodgy, you had a question?
What's the name of the new Killer Instinct girl? The like ring-looking girl.
Who's the new one?
The ring-looking girl?
Yeah, it's a
the
girl
creepy
who's
like ghost
super
chick?
creepy,
Yeah.
and she like shudders and shit, like she's in a horror film.
Who?
Yeah,
What?
that's the new one. Because they teased her on Spinal Stage, and then apparently she has her own. She's her own character now. I can't remember what her name is, but yeah, she is literally like the girl from The Ring as a fighting game character. Hisako apparently is her name.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
Dude, she wigs me out. I was watching the trailer
creepy.
for her, and I was like, nope. Holy shit. It's straight up like that horror movie shit where the person's just like constantly doing this shit, and I'm like, no! It's weirding me out. It's creepy.
Yeah.
So
let's put it on the
Smash
stream.
is something that people play competitively.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. Smash
Really?
competitive is a big deal. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Jesus.
Which
I
is,
will say, it took years. I mean, I'm not a huge like Smash player, so I'm not too invested in the community, but I like watching the like top end players play. But it took literally years for them to be taken seriously. Like for years, they tried to get Nintendo's approval. They tried to get on like the competitive circuit, and people were like, "Fucking Smash, bro!" And now
I admit to
it's
being like
the
that.
hype
Like
is-
a while
That's
ago,
what I'm
I
thinking
was
right
that
now.
guy because I didn't get it. Like because the whole like Final Destination, no items, Fox only thing was a meme online, and it's like, look, Smash is a party game. How can it be competitive? And then you watch it and you realize, oh, actually, I was completely fucking wrong.
Yeah. Sips, fun fact, Sam used to be a professional Smash player.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Jeez. You learn something
Deets.
new every day
Deets.
about
I
people.
know.
That's crazy.
Oh shit, Dodgy, you're right. This girl's horrifying.
Oh,
They
yeah.
actually-
She spider walks
know.
right at you.
They make it look like a horror game or a horror movie when you play her, because
Yeah.
like she keeps popping up in front of the screen. Fuck that shit.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
it's brutal.
I like love and hate her. I love her, but I'm scared of her.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic like that's a good. I think most of the Killer Instinct characters are a little uninspired. I think that's fabulous.
Mhm.
I think that's amazing. Good on them.
Yeah.
You really think Killer Instinct's characters were inspired? They have a fucking skeleton pirate. They've got a fucking mecha guy with a beam out of his chest. They've got a guy made entirely of ice. They've
Yeah, but
got
most of those
a
characters,
werewolf.
most of those characters were from the original, and the original, most of those characters were inspired to sort of combat Mortal Kombat. Like they were the Mortal Kombat kind of like they're reactionary characters. I think new characters like this, and I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that are in the game right now, but some of the new characters they've come up with have been phenomenal.
This happened last time, didn't it? You still haven't
know,
resolved this.
No, I know. It's like a power saving thing in this office. I don't know. There's no air conditioning either, so I'm like dying in here.
Come over to North Carolina. It's much better over here. Got aircon,
it-
got
it-
lights that work.
The lights stay
That'd be
on.
gross.
And
Nope.
yeah, I
I mean, I'll be there soon, but no.
I mean, it's okay when it happens during the day because you get the light, but it's very dark now, so it's a bit creepy being in here by myself. in the dark.
Sako is coming to get you.
Ugh.
She's right behind you at this very
I
moment.
need to get a tent that I can hide in.
Yes.
Dodger has one.
It's not a tent. I played
Killer
Killing
Instinct,
Floor
I'm not
2. Guys,
Huh?
I played Killing Floor 2.
How
How's
is
that?
it?
Did
Well,
you like it?
There's a big floor and there's a lot of killing involved, which is exactly
Two.
what I would have expected.
Times 2.
Yeah, they only had 4 of the 10 class perks available, and they haven't put in, like, all the bosses yet and all the weapons and shit. But what they have in there, it's satisfying as shit. Like, the gunplay feels even better. Character animations are much better. They can do so good tracking of, like, where the head is. They have a character that does kind of front flips. You can, in mid-front flip, headshot that character, who is, like, upside down in the middle of a... So...
Wow.
It's wild. There's a really cool Paris map where you fight on Paris streets and then you go in the subway and the Eiffel Tower is like burning in the background. It looks a lot better. I mean, let's be honest, Killing Floor was like on the Unreal 2 engine. It's pretty old. But it is legit. It is really, really good for what it is. I mean, it's exactly what you'd expect Killing Floor 2 to be. Basically Killing Floor on a much bigger budget with much more experience behind the team. And
nice.
The way they've got several brand new bosses. We got to see one of them, and he kicked the shit out of me and kept eating me, which was a bit unfortunate. But they have shotguns that tear people in half, quite literally. It's pretty cool, and they also have persistent gore. So it doesn't matter like how much gore there is, it will just keep piling up. So throughout the entire game, the whole floor just gets covered in blood. It looks like a butcher's.
Like a killing floor.
Yeah, absolutely.
My
the killing floor.
2!
That sounds cool.
Times 2!
2 killing floors!
Yep. It is. It's fun. It's really good. Everyone now has their own voices. There is still the British guy that says, "Dosh, grab it while you can, lads." You can still throw money everywhere. They have a brand new melee system with a bunch of new melee weapons if you want to play Berserker. You can shoot the lights out and do all sorts of other cool shit. There's a giant sledgehammer, which appears to also have like some kind of jet-powered assistant thing on it. Yeah, it's fun. I'm looking forward to it. Early access is the end of this month. I actually have a few keys, if you guys would like them. We could maybe play together. I have a few Killing Floor 2 keys, so maybe we can do a little thing. We can do a little thing.
New.
We can shoot some
play
fellows.
Killing Floor.
I will get you a key. You can all have
Fantastic.
keys.
Thank you.
Yes, it is fun.
I look forward to gore piling up on the floor.
Oh,
That sounds
absolutely.
great.
That's the best thing about it. And the shotgun that literally tears people in half. It is brilliant. Lovely, lovely game, that. Absolutely. Yeah, so I played that. That was good. I played a bunch more Legacy of the Void. That's still pretty good. I've switched to Zerg again. I've decided I'm done with Terran. I'm playing Zerg now.
Interesting.
Not the Protoss?
No, the Protoss are for weenies.
Does it have to do with are the new units employed in the beta?
Yeah, so right now Terran only has one new unit because they came up with a unit and then removed it because they thought it was rubbish. So they took it out.
Oh,
so
right.
They've got one new unit and they've got a bunch of things, but like the problem is Terran still feels like the way that Terran was in Heart of the Swarm. It's got a few extra little tricks, but you still kind of play the same build. But as Zerg feels like a whole new race. Like, you've got 2 new units, which are really, really good. And then you've got a whole bunch of changes to existing units that are absolutely fantastic. So there's all sorts of cool stuff to do now with Zerg. So I did like stuff like Ravager Rushers, Burrowed Roaches, and you can drop Lurkers and Mineral Lines and just kill everything now. There's all sorts of cool stuff you can do. You can build Lurkers, just leave them on your ramp, and just have some random idiot player run their entire army into them and die. It's lovely.
Yes.
Nice.
It's zero effort. It's wonderful. I just put Lurkers everywhere. They try and drop, there's a Lurker there. Everything dies. You try and get up my ramp, there's Lurkers there. You're dead. It's just great.
Nice. Are you strictly matchmaking for StarCraft, or do you play the campaigns too?
Well,
Okay.
I mean, you play the campaigns, but then they keep the campaign away from the beta because they want you to buy the full game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I beat the campaigns. The campaigns are fun. Don't get me wrong, but I mostly play multiplayer.
I think, actually, Heart of the Swarm is the only campaign, and therefore probably the only Blizzard game that I haven't finished or played yet. I still haven't gotten around to playing it.
The campaign's pretty fun.
And I was pretty big into StarCraft. Like, I was, like, super excited for StarCraft II when it was in beta and everything. It was coming out. They had, like, those King of the Beta tournaments. I used to watch all those.
I remember that. That was when
those
Tasteless
really,
and Day9
really good.
played each other. Yeah, those were the days.
Yeah. But yeah, like I haven't like kept up with StarCraft II since Heart of the Swarm came out. I need to get back around to playing it.
Legacy of the Void's looking good. Like, they're gonna have a very long beta. They're saying like the beta's probably gonna last 6+ months, so they're gonna be working a lot on it. So it's not the same game that we're gonna be playing later on. But so far it's pretty good. Like, again, the Zerg feels great. I think the Protoss and the Terran need a bit more. They have made carriers useful again, which is great, because they used to suck, but still. Zerg feels like the most complete race right now. They've got so many options, whereas the others, they feel like they're missing something. So I'm not sure what exactly they're missing yet, but I think they need to work on that.
Yeah, I guess it's early days still for the
plenty of work. You know, plenty of time.
Nice.
Yeah, so I played that. Spent like 3 hours. I got another core set for Star Wars Armada, just because I thought we don't have enough ships, so I got more. So we have 2 Victory class Star Destroyers now.
Where do you put those? Do you have like
Shelving.
a place to actually set them up and have them look nice, or do they just kind of sit in a sad pile?
Oh no, I've got my entire windowsill over there is full of X-wing miniatures, and then I've got my shelf over there is full of Armada miniatures, and my shelf over there is full of Star Trek. So yeah, we have a lot of shelving in this room.
Everywhere.
Yep, just ships everywhere in my room. But we got the first, just having one set really isn't enough, because like the Imperial player gets 1 capital ship and like 6 waves of TIE fighters. So I wanted to get another one so that you could have 2 Star Destroyers and you got a few more options. They just announced Wave 2 of the expansions. They're getting an Imperial class Star Destroyer, which is much bigger. And what do the Rebels get? The Rebels get the Mon Cal cruiser that Admiral Akbar was on, the MC-80. So
you mean Home 1?
Home 1, yes. They also get the MC-30, which is like
Don't laugh at me. I know all their fucking names.
Nerds.
How big are these things like to hold? Like, are they pretty
Show us,
pretty
TB.
detailed and stuff? I want to see
I can't
one.
reach them from here. The Victory class is probably like about that big, and the Imperial's probably going to be more like that big. But they're doing kind of relative scale on them. So I hope when they finally release the Executor class, the Superstar Destroyer, that it's fucking enormous.
Yeah.
Because I mean, these are the size of the X-wing miniatures are kind of this size, but this is about the size of a Carillion Corvette in Armada. So the scale is ridiculous. Like the difference between a Star Destroyer and a Carillion Corvette is huge. So and
Is that
a
Micro Machines?
No,
thing?
it's TIE Bomber.
Because my brother used to have the Micro Machines set of Star Wars stuff, and it was awesome. Like the little Micro Machine things
I have all
came
of
with the
those.
stands and stuff. They were so
I have
cool.
all of those in a little baggie in my closet over here. I have every single one, even the expanded universe ones, Admiral Adala, all of it. I have them all in there. That was my shit back in the day.
Wow. Nice.
Also, admittedly, one time Toys R Us, I went inside and I saw that you had someone had opened a package, and rather than report it, I took one of the figures out of the package because it was open. I'm sorry.
Jesse.
How
Someone,
old
maybe 16, something like that. Someone already ripped it open, and it was just sitting there, and I was like, I could go tell the store person, or I could go take this little tiny figurine of a stormtrooper I wanted, and I fucking took it. Deal with it. Rebel, ladies. Rebel. That means I'm a better lover because I don't care.
What?
Hang on.
Nope. Argument went downhill so fast.
And this is why I'm still single.
Ladies.
A 10 out of
That's
10
not
for
helping your cause at all.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
When I
so
was a
that.
kid, I had all the VHS tapes for Dragon Ball Z, and they made a picture when you put them all together.
Yeah.
They did do that. I had a friend who had all 12 jillion of those on his wall.
Yep.
He was like,
Yep.
"Look what it makes the dragon with the balls." And I was like, "That's the stupidest everything
It
I've ever
makes the
seen."
dragon with
And
the
Nintendo
balls.
Powers.
Okay.
I collected Nintendo Powers because they
Oh,
did the
yeah,
same
Nintendo
thing.
Powers.
If you had all of the Nintendo Powers,
They
they
made a
like
picture.
gradually made a bigger and bigger picture. Yeah.
Oh my. Stop right there, criminal scum. You will now pay a
Nintendo
fine or go to
Power.
jail.
Is
That's what
Nintendo
it'll
Power still a thing?
be.
Probably
No,
not.
it's
No.
dead. Very dead, very dead.
Shut down like 3 years
Super
ago.
died. No, like
Wow.
a year ago.
It's
What?
amusing that people remember
I
that
thought it was a few
magazine
years ago.
so fondly, because it was the most biased fucking magazine in history. Like, you can never get a reliable review from that magazine.
Yeah.
Because they were super biased towards Nintendo.
I had a subscription to it when I was like 10, and I quite liked it. But I used it to like finish the original Final Fantasy and stuff because I didn't know what I was doing. But maybe I don't know if I'd read it now. Well, I haven't really played a Nintendo game in
Right.
years either, so
Sorry.
I don't know. Mario Kart 8, I played I think for like 5 minutes, and that's about it. My experience with Nintendo.
I have nobody
recently.
to play that with. There's like no reason to play it.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter I still haven't played a ton of because deep in my heart I know I would enjoy it so much more if it was on Wii U.
Ah, yeah.
I'm just like, why aren't you on Wii U?
Because
Why do I have to look at it at
Nintendo.
this tiny screen?
Because
Nintendo.
Capcom. Yeah, because Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on Wii U or on Wii U, was it Wii U or Wii? I can't remember. It was one of the two. It was much better. Like, hey, it's got a big screen, not this tiny little dinky thing.
Monster Hunter Try?
Was it Try? Well, Try was on Wii, and then there was 3 Ultimate, which was on Wii U, right?
Yeah. Well, I thought both were on Wii U, but yeah, the game with the gamepad, it was perfect because on the gamepad you could have like your little map and whatever else, and maybe you wanted the map on the big screen so that you could always like look at. You could do that, like you could customize everything so well. It was amazing. I love that game, and then plenty of people are totally fine with it only being on 3DS. I get that.
Yeah,
a lot of people are fully
it's because
satisfied.
they're selling to Japan, and they want it portable. It's that simple. They have Monster Hunter cafes over there just to play Monster Hunter.
I just realized I have fake blood all over my foot as well as my hand, and it super weirded me out. I like went to look down at my foot and went, ugh!
Use Strippin's toothbrush on that too.
I will.
And don't tell him.
Don't worry, I'm on it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
The plan is real. It has been set.
All up on your feet, in between your fingernails and everything.
Yeah, just
Yeah, just get right in there.
I haven't really
I played
much
that
else this week.
I played that Final Fantasy Record Keeper on
What do you reckon?
iOS.
I'm okay with it. It's pretty good.
I liked it. It's pretty fun. It doesn't seem like too sort of like iOS games are always just trying to get money from you, but this didn't seem too bad.
There's not much you can
Compared to
really spend
some.
money on in that game. Like, you can spend money on relic draws, but ultimately they're so fucking expensive that you just don't want to.
Yeah, you get like free stuff every day. It's not very good stuff, I guess, but you
rubbish.
get lucky, get good stuff, I guess. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's like a big like nostalgia blast too. If you played like the original ones for the original consoles and stuff.
Yeah.
It's weird though because in the UK they came out in a different sequence that they did in North America, right?
Wait, what do you mean?
You had
the Final Fantasies, yeah, because they also had different numbering schemes. There were all sorts of issues with that. Yeah.
So it made sense when Final Fantasy VII came out for people in the UK, but when it came out in North America, it didn't really make a lot of sense because it came out after Final Fantasy III came out for the Super Nintendo or something like that. Anyway, it's all in Record Keeper, which is pretty cool. Have like these like murals of like all the like screenshots from the old games and stuff like that. You have to go travel back in time, and you could take like all the heroes from the original games back.
You get all the
and,
old music as well.
Yeah, it's really cool actually. It's good.
I like it.
It's worth getting.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's free. You might as well.
Yeah.
They just brought out Mortal Kombat 10 on iOS before they brought it out on consoles as a free-to-play game. I have no idea what it's like. I just downloaded it. I haven't played it yet.
What?
It's probably awful. I don't know. I can't imagine.
Can you do that? You play Mortal Kombat?
Well, apparently you can. I don't know how well, but anything that tries to translate like a traditional gaming genre that isn't like maybe a turn-based strategy to a tablet is usually fucking terrible because they use like virtual controls. It's the worst.
Yeah.
Just don't want to play that. So.
You know what I can't stop playing? Adventure Capitalist on the...
Oh, you got into that, have you? Apparently that's like cookie clicker, isn't it?
It is, yeah, but I can't stop playing it. It's just, there's something about it. It just like keeps me come back day after day after day.
Is it an actual game or is it literally just click on stuff?
You just click on stuff and you check on it like once a day.
Well, at least you're honest about it.
You make like absurd amounts of money that you can't even pronounce the names of the money in the end. That's okay. It's free. It's one of those things that you just check on for 10 minutes every day. I'm an old man. I like doing that kind of stuff. So, it's like, I don't have a garden. Well, I do now, actually. But instead of a garden, I check Adventure Capitalist to see how...
Let the garden die.
That's
Adventure
right.
Capitalist.
That's right. It's okay. It's not really a game. I
saw someone streaming it, and it's like nothing is even happening. I don't know what's happening. So what's going on? They're just clicking on things.
You just click stuff.
Apparently.
And not very much stuff either.
No. Evidently not. I don't know. I haven't really been playing much else. I played, obviously, War for the Overworld quite a bit.
Thoughts? Later game thoughts?
It needs another month in the oven. Like, it's all the basics are there. It's clearly going to be a good Dungeon Keeper clone once they fix the myriad of problems it has. It basically is still early access. That's the main problem with it. It shouldn't be out right now. It shouldn't be. And it's not the only game either. I also played Primal Carnage Extinction. Now, I played the original Primal Carnage, which was the dinosaurs versus dudes game, which was great fun.
Yeah.
Primal Carnage Extinction, I think they gave it to another studio to make a kind of pseudo-sequel. And it's rubbish. Like, it really is. It feels really unfinished. Like, shockingly so. And more to the point, yes, they added a few new things into it, but they're asking you to buy a brand new game that is essentially exactly the bloody same as the previous one. They give you an upgrade, like, you can upgrade. It's like, well, this isn't really an upgrade, because half the shit doesn't work properly. The gunplay is just awful. The sniper rifle's the worst thing I've ever used in a video game. Just a terrible sniper rifle. Feels awful. None of the guns really feel good in any way. You get a bunch more different dinosaur designs, which is great, but it's the same fucking game. It really is. They're asking you to pay for the same fucking game. And it's buggy. And feels unpolished. I don't know why. I cannot understand why. Well, I can. It's called money, but it's just not very good. At least in its current state right now. It really is not. Not to mention the fucking team balancing is hilarious because everyone always tries to go dinosaurs, so it ends up being 10 dinosaurs versus like 4 guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of Evolve? Did you like it?
I mean, I liked it, but I don't want to play it anymore.
Right.
I'm pretty much done with it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's a solidly okay game, but I think everyone saw, and I think we even said on this podcast, like, it was one of those games that looked cool. You'd probably play it for a little bit, and then everyone forget about it because there's nothing else in the game besides that initial, like, oh, this is fun, and then you're done with it.
Yeah, I played around 20 hours of it,
pretty
and I felt that was enough for me. It's like, I've experienced what the game has to offer. I'm done with it now.
I still feel very strongly that if rather than having you choose an evolution at the beginning of the game, instead you could do different things in the world to evolve into different sorts of monsters, and there was that sort of element of like, I don't know what's gonna wind up happening, and
like on the fly sort of.
Yeah, I think that would have helped a lot because they could have had a bunch of different possible outcomes, right? And people would still be trying to find different outcomes.
Wouldn't it have been better, and I thought this was the premise when I first saw the initial trailer, wouldn't it have been better rather than to have 3 monsters which you can choose from to begin with and they evolve a certain way? Like, there's one standard monster, and then based on what you eat or what you do, you can evolve into those different things.
Mean. Yeah,
the game is far too afraid of complexity. That's the main problem with Evolve. Like, it is too scared of being looked at as too complicated, so they did the bare minimum. And that's a shame, because like I think map-wide objectives and things like that would make the game much more interesting.
There's no element of discovery in that game at all.
No.
Like, even discovering tactics.
It's a
like
glorified game of hide and
engaging.
seek.
Yes.
Yeah.
What it is it's the add-on mini game for a better game that should have existed. Like, there should have been an Evolve game, and this was multiplayer mode of that game. But they just gave us this, and it's like, all right, well, it's fun, but it's not going to keep anyone's attention. Like, you spent a ton of money, and I guess you sold some copies, but like, the whole point is to keep people interested and playing, and I guess.
Yeah. Well, you look at Steam charts, it's been dying off very rapidly. The first month, it lost 90% of its player base. Its peak was 27,000 concurrent players. Yeah, which was on, I think it was the day after it came out. It was the 9th of February.
It peaked at 27,000?
27,000 at concurrent. So at any given time together.
Yeah.
Within a week, that being the 15th, it had dropped down to 17,000. So it dropped 10K. Then within another week, it halved again. Right now, there are 2,600 people playing it. So literally, they lost 90% of their player base within a month.
It's like Titanfall in that somewhere there was an excellent idea for a game, and then just execution-wise, it did not give us what we thought we were going to get.
Titanfall was afraid of complexity too. It's the same problem. Yeah. Why do people still play Dota? Because it's a game with almost infinite complexity, and every game is different. Why do people still play Evolve and Titanfall? Oh, they don't. Because there's only so much you can do in those games.
Yeah.
You reach like the peak of what you can accomplish in those games too quickly. The games with the really lofty skill ceiling, like Counter-Strike and like Dota 2 and League of Legends and Starcraft, they still have giant player bases after years and years and years of being out. Whereas these overly simplified multiplayer-only experiences die off within a month because people have seen everything there is to see. That's the problem with it.
Titanfall was like impressive for, I didn't play it for very long either, actually. Same with Evolve. Like maybe about 20 hours, and then I was like, I'm pretty much done.
Yeah, those are 20-hour games, basically. You can see everything they have to offer in about 20 hours, and then that's kind of about it.
But I think it says a lot that, and thank you to Juggalo in chat for reminding me of this.
Juggalo? Are you fucking serious?
Juggalo number 27.
Oh my God. Ask him how magnets work.
I won't do that. I did a stream with the Evolve guys for a promotional thing, and the devs were in the thing streaming with us, and there was a bunch of different streamers together playing against devs and stuff. And so the devs are in chat, and people in chat, I'm like, ask questions, go nuts. And the people in chat literally are like, so what is the long-term goal? What are you gonna do? Like, this game doesn't seem like it's gonna last very long. Like, and the devs are just like, well, we'll figure it out. Like, they were.
No, you won't, apparently.
They really were just like some guy was like, this game seems like it'll be stupid, in a month after it's out. And they're like, well, that's your problem. Like, they were really flipping. At the time, I was like, ha, humor is devs. But I was like, oh, fuck, there are no answers happening right now. Like, they're just being very flippant. And it's really obvious looking back at it, like, they had no answers. That's why they were being that way.
And bear in mind, their strategy of bringing out new monsters didn't work. The Behemoth came out on March the 30th. Do you want to know what effect it had on the player base? I can tell you because Steam Charts exists. So let's have a look. March the 30th. There was a spike up to 4,500, and basically they were getting 3,000 a day. There was a spike to 4,500. It was gone in less than a week, right back down to where it was previously. It didn't work. Their model doesn't work. The game isn't complex enough to keep people playing. People got bored of it and left. It's that simple. Yep. We said this would happen. We weren't wrong, and we were not the only ones to say it either. Plenty of people had doubts about this game's longevity. It's a shame.
It is a shame.
And it's also very weird because Turtle Rock's last game, of course, Left 4 Dead 2, which I can't now find.
Still has people who love playing.
Left 4 Dead 2 currently has 8,500 players. It has 3 times
more than
the player base than Evolve, and it's been out for fucking years. Its all-time peak was almost, 161,000 people was their all-time concurrent peak for Left 4 Dead 2. That is 5 times plus the amount that Evolve got. And that game was basically multiplayer only as well. That's the thing. That game was basically a multiplayer-only game for all intents and purposes, and people still play it. Why do they still play it? Because it has multiple difficulty levels, because it has complexity, because versus mode is fucking awesome, because there's mod content for it. There's people playing, like, a Space Hulk version of Left 4 Dead, a fucking Aliens version of Left 4 Dead. And because there was a bunch of free content and they didn't stiff people right off the fucking bat, which is what Evolve did. He's like, hey, yeah, here's our DLC plan for like a year. Left 4 Dead's like, here's a good video game.
Well, yeah. Also, Left 4 Dead it is a game though. Like there are objectives and things you do besides chase this monster for 25 minutes. You might see him, but you might not. Oh, there he is. Fight him a little bit.
Play out.
All right, now you're done.
Do you like 15 minutes of running around in a circle? Because Evolve can turn into that. It is a running simulator.
Yeah, yep. That sucks. Because that and Titanfall had so much promise. I think everyone remembers when you first saw it, you were like, "Oh shit, that looks so good." Excited. And then when you played it, you're like, "Meh, all right, that's okay." Like it didn't do anything for anyone.
Well, you said it. You said it right earlier. It's a game mode of a much larger game. Like I've noticed a little trend lately, which is taking kind of a mod idea. Like Evolve is Evolve would be something that would appear as a mod for another game. And take that mod idea and make it into a full game. Because it worked with Dota and League of Legends, which were mods, blah, blah, blah. But those games had so much complexity. And like when Dota 2 came out, Dota had been out for almost a decade. So it had like a decade's worth of development behind it. Evolve comes out and it just doesn't have the content. And as a result, it pretty much died off, and it's not going to come. It's only going to come back, I think, if they make it free to play or if they have a huge sale on it. They've had, I mean, God's sake, they've had $5 sales on Titanfall, and even that wasn't enough to bring a ton of people back to the game.
Yep.
And let's be honest.
Did Titanfall get DLC in the end? Because
it was all maps.
DLC planned. Oh, it's just map. Okay.
Which is pointless. Like, people fucking hate map DLC, and they need to stop it. They need to stop making map DLC. All credit to Evolve, they didn't do map DLC.
Yeah.
They just did everything else DLC.
Concurrent users, City Skylines, when that came out, that had a massive amount of concurrent users, didn't it?
Did.
Like, its first week of sales was huge, wasn't it?
Absolutely massive. It's the most successful launch that Paradox has ever had. There are currently 20,000 people playing City Skylines, by the way.
What?
Wow.
That's nuts.
Yep, 20,000. Its peak was 57,000. And the weird thing about it is it built. It actually built up to this amount. Like, it really did. And it was like they had streamers playing it, which forced a lot of people to, like, pre-order it. And City Skylines has a ton of longevity because it's mod-friendly. So that game's just going to get better the longer it's out.
Yep.
Yeah, so some people are working on making a mod now for it where you're in a helicopter and you can fly around your own city and look at it.
What?
It's amazing.
That's
So
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The mod scene's like exploding for that game. But I mean, when you consider the type of game it is, like, and the genre and everything, it's not like a massively popular type of game, isn't it? Like a simulation management game is never going to get the same numbers as something like, say, Left 4 Dead 2 when it first came out, or whatever. It's not like that.
Well, it's got twice the player base now. Admittedly, Left 4 Dead 2 has been out for years, but I don't know. I think it's a hole in the market. Like, because I think there were people that wanted a city building game, and SimCity was shit. So they were like, well, where's the next one then? And then someone comes along with the next one, gives them what they want, and it does well. Who'd have thunk it? It's the same with RTS right now. People are desperate for a good real-time strategy.
Yeah. SimCity 4 was the last really good city building game.
Yes.
It was thanks to mods as well, because the game without mods wasn't that great.
It wasn't as good.
All the add-ons and stuff that you could add to it, like the traffic, like analytics and management stuff, was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the new SimCity. I wouldn't say that the recent SimCity or like the latest SimCity was utter shit. Like, it was okay. It just wasn't anywhere near as good as SimCity 4, and then it was pretty disappointing. It was still kind of playable though. Like, I actually had a lot of fun playing it, but it was just very limited. You didn't have regions. You had all these separate cities, but the cities were so small, and you couldn't really do anything with them.
It was Sim Village, really. It was that game took a long time for people to realize that the wheels had fallen off it. It was actually designed so the first 10 hours of the experience were amazing. Like, everyone's like, oh my god, this is great. And then later on, people realized, they've been hiding.
It's broken.
It's actually broken. Like, this game just doesn't work.
Which is and now the studio that
is gone now.
Studio's gone.
Maxis?
They closed it down. The original one.
He's dead.
They still got all the Sims studios going because that game still makes them a ton of money or whatever. But all the SimCity guys are gone.
Yep.
One of the artists for SimCity is doing mods for cities now as well.
He is.
Which is
It's very cool. But he's apparently Patreon funding it, which I think that's a really cool
That's
idea.
cool.
Like, I think we're going to see a lot more mod making teams try to go for Patreon funding because I think that's a really good model for them.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it's not built in, sort of like the Dota 2 stuff, the community created content where people are making a living off
making money off it,
and items and stuff like that. If that doesn't exist in the game, then something like Patreon.
Try something else,
I
for
guess
sure.
like get paid per mod pack that you create, like a format like that.
Either
I guess.
or like any meaningful update gets you paid, or I mean, obviously most people will just want to go month to month, I think, but I think Patreon funded modding is probably a really great idea. And I'm very surprised that more mod teams don't do it. We'll see.
Gotta start somewhere, right?
Yeah, someone will. Absolutely. Let's take a break. When we come back, we will have a look at the news, of which there is very little. So, there never fucking is there? We'll find something. You're watching the Corruptional Podcast. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Corruptional Podcast for the final 45 minutes or so of the show. Let us move on to the news.
Oh, I didn't get to talk about games I played this week.
You didn't play any video games.
Jesse, what
I
games did you play
did.
this week?
This week, so shameless promotion, wink. I have a show on the Geek and Sundry Twitch channel where every Monday I sit down with devs and play their very first games with them and talk about how awful they are. And it's basically one of those shows where you learn, like, all devs have to start from somewhere. That's the whole point, right? So this week, Teddy Diefenbach, who is one of the guys who done Hyperlight Drifter, he sat down with me and we played 2 of his first games, and they are literally the best games I've ever played in the history of video games. The first one is called Jump Kick Justice, where you play as lawyers, but in order to win in court, you have to fight the other lawyer. So it's rounds. Like round 1 is you are fighting over who the jurors are. So you have to, it's like a mini game where you have to kick people out. So you want to get rid of if you're the yellow lawyer, you want to get rid of the red lawyer's guys. And if you're the red lawyer, and then you fill the jury. So so that gives you points at the end. Then the next round is you're fighting over evidence. So you have to get past the guy to get to their evidence and punch it over. So you get that in the case. And then the next round is you are fighting in front of the court. And so you get points at the end and determine who wins. And then you can appeal the process. You can go to the law school. It's really, really fun and silly. The next game we played, which I think was really cool, that is definitely a Dodger game. It's called Din. And it's a game where, I swear to God, you're just walking. You're a guy walking. And the premise is you're the coolest guy on campus, and everyone wants to talk to you about their problems. So as you're walking, people come up to you, and they start talking. And it's one person, and then another person, and then eventually you have a huge group of people. But the premise of the whole thing is, as you're playing, someone will be like, hey, dude, can you really press A really quickly? So you have to press A, and then a little thing appears over their head. And so by the end of it, it's like, can you press Y, M, Q, F, L? All these people are asking you to press things.
Oh, my God.
You have to manage it. It's insane. And it's maybe a 5-minute game. And then you just restart it. And they're like, let me tell you about my day. Oh, my God, I did some crazy stuff today. But then I had to press the B key, right? And imagine
that sounds hilarious.
It all piles on. And I was like, this is great. It was his first games. And those were the ones he was proud of. He was like, there's some other games I made not too proud of. And I was like, oh, I wish I played those. Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. Just finding little games like that. So Din, D-I-N.
Okay.
It is really silly and really stupid. There. Now I'm done. Now you can say, Jesse, you didn't play shit, but I played those 2, so I feel good.
Cool.
Nice.
You play any other video games?
I almost choked it. Why did you say it like that? Did you play any other video games? Almost choked to death. My God.
Video games?
So yeah, again, it was Jump Kick Justice and Din. Those are 2 games, and they're free. You can find them online because they're his Congregate games and shit that he made way back when. So yeah. And then I played Hyperlight Drifter, and I still love that game. So there we go. Done.
Waiting for that to finish. I backed that on Kickstarter, but I don't want to fuck around with the preview build. I just want to actually let it finish. Then I'll play it.
So, all right, news. Can we talk about the Polygon guy? Because that was cute for about 5 minutes.
No. That's not news. That's someone being a fucking idiot.
Oh, man, he was a dummy.
Yeah, of course he was a dummy. It's someone's got to keep Polygon relevant, right? So apparently it's domain squatting. But it was very brave of him, because he squatted the domain for about 5 minutes, and then it's like, I'll give it back to Lego now on ING. Congratulations, guys. This is the salt that they get. Apparently they're not even in the top 15 gaming websites on the internet now. There was an article out a couple of days ago that did all the analytics on it. Polygon's just nowhere near. So they're probably pretty desperate for attention. Fuck Polygon. They used to be good. Now a bunch of clickbaiting whores.
All right, so what is the news, TB? What is news that we can use?
News that we can use. Well, there's a new Deus Ex game. They announced that.
Oh, shit. I'm not going to lie. I got up at 6 a.m. and stayed for the whole end of that. And the whole stream thing, while it was super, a little ridiculous and silly, the bits that weren't looped, I was totally into it because I was like, oh, shit. Did you hear what he talked about? Because that one, I was in chat and everyone's like, what is this nerd saying? I was like, don't you guys get it? He was mind controlled and he woke up, he killed his parents because that's what happened at the end of Deus Ex Human Revolution. I was like, oh, shit. I was totally into it. I was totally like, oh, my God, they mentioned Panchea. Oh, fuck, shit, man. I was into the whole I was like, this is all the lore. And then when they showed
stuffs.
I know, I knew it all, man. I was excited. So then when they finally got to the reveal, I was like, oh shit. The one thing I hate about Deus Ex reveal videos is, and I watched the Human Revolution one too, they're always very violent. I never played that way.
They don't really represent the game that well, because it's like, hey, what do you think of when you play Deus Ex? Well, it's not Matrix-like action sequences. It's sneaking around behind crates, mostly, for me.
Yeah, blowing through. The one scene that I thought made sense from the original Human Revolution trailer is when he breaks through the wall and grabs the guy. I was like, I do that shit all the time, except instead of breaking their neck, I'm like, shh, go to sleep, bitch. Like, I just knocked them out with Q.
Yeah.
And it was always, non-lethal was always the infinitely better way to go in that game. Even
That's
though it was
actually the problem.
People,
that was the problem I had with Revolution. They made it too easy to go non-lethal. If you wanted to do non-lethal in Deus Ex, you were very limited to the weapons you could use. In this, it doesn't matter. You can get ammo for all sorts of different things, and of course you've got your knockout
dart,
and everything.
The sleep dart, yeah.
Yeah, and it was super effective.
So
you could hit
easy.
them with a fucking rifle. So I hope that they make non-lethal more of a challenge this time, because it really was far too fucking easy. You try and do non-lethal on it when the MIB guys come in Deus Ex, good luck. Like, you had to stick them with the cattle prod, bzz, bzz, and then they turn around and shoot you with a plasma rifle and you're fucking dead. Yeah,
Nice.
it's pretty tough.
But still Deus Ex franchise, the first game and then Human Revolution, still two of the best games. Invisible War, not going to mention that, but still
Doesn't
two
exist.
of the best games I've
Yeah, I'm
ever
looking
played.
forward to Deus Ex 3.
Ever played. Yeah.
Deus Ex 2, Human Revolution was great. Loved it.
If you have if you have never played any Deus Ex games, play Human Revolution first, just because it's newer. And then if you like that, go back and play the first one. And then if you can tolerate shitty games, go play Invisible War.
Don't play Invisible War. Don't.
Or The Fall. If you can tolerate real shit, go play The Fall. And then you'll be like, well, this is a mobile game.
Is just a joke. Absolutely
the worst
awful
Deus
game.
Ex still playable? Like today?
Yes,
Like,
but like you've
can
got to
you
get
play
used
it
to the
and
fact
enjoy
that
it, or?
the game mechanics are really outdated. Like they're antiquated.
Yes.
You can't play it like an FPS. It takes about when you start with a pistol, it takes about 5 seconds for the crosshair to slowly move in to where you can actually hit them. And you start off really weak. And even like if you go full on gung ho throughout the game, you still get owned.
Think of it like a System Shock 2 for like that's a game that's phenomenal, but playing it now, like it's super
Pretty hard.
outdated looking,
Yeah.
and even Final Fantasy VII, like old school 7, is just like it looks out. Like all those games from that generation were amazing at the time and still hold up well, but visually you're just like, what the fuck is going on? It's all that polygon stuff.
I found that with Diablo 2. I tried to play Diablo 2 sort of somewhat recently, and I found that it just looked so bad I could not play it. But I remember it so fondly being great and looking great at the time, but now it's for me, it has aged so badly. I can't play it, which is a shame because it was very good. But I never played Deus Ex. I just missed
great.
it.
It's a great. It's one of the first games that I really felt like my choices actually did stuff.
Because sometimes they did.
Yeah. And Human Revolution was the game, and I've mentioned this 12 million times, where they gave you the option of choice, but then had hidden choices within that option.
Yes.
So, like, the one level where it was like you either kill the scientists or kill the prisoners, and then there's a third option they don't even hint at that is you can save both, but you have to have, like, you have to be that person who sneaks around through the freaking walls, like in the cracks in the walls. So you're in the piping. Like it was crazy.
That was a lot like Deus Ex as well, because like the original Deus Ex, they told you to do something, and then if you were smart, you just didn't do that thing, and you get a different result. Because the game says you better jump out the window to escape. Like in a modern game, that would be your only option. But in Deus Ex, you don't have to do what he says. You can go do the other thing, and you can actually save that dude, and that changes the entire game. It's great.
Yeah, it's a fantastic. Like I love that. And they kept doing it. Like, and I think the thing that they said in the new one is even the small side things you do. So like, I help person A on the street, that affects something later in the game. That I think that's
cool. I like
better.
stuff like that. I like how you sort of little like combinations of things like that affect your storyline, your overall storyline. You might get a little bit of a different one than everyone else, sort of thing, depending on the stuff that you decided to do and whatever. That's really clever. I like that.
Plus
if
the
it was
story,
made by the devs
good.
of the Order 1886, it would be like press X to jump out of window, and then a complex QuickTime event. That would be it. And then it would be over in 4 hours.
4 hours?
Zing.
Seriously?
Nah, it's like it's exaggerated. Like I think people beat it in 5 hours. The Order 1886, and it's got literally no replayability. So, yeah.
I'm so bad with like big like AAA titles when they come out. Like I never play them. Like I never even
don't
really
miss
know
it much
much
I
all
almost
the
about
never do
time.
either.
I never really feel like I'm missing much. I mean, there are genuine like classics that I have missed because I just wasn't ready to play
Sure.
them at the time or whatever.
Yeah.
But stuff that comes out, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm immune to hype in some ways when it comes to like AAA titles. I don't
Good
know.
way
I
to
just
be.
like I never really get to sort of, and then I play them only if they've been recommended or they get like these like stunning reviews and stuff like that, like years later.
I totally. This isn't. I guess it isn't AAA, but holy shit! If you guys ever go to arcades, so I went last night to Round One, which is this arcade in LA, and they have a new game there that is called like the Star Wars Pod something. I don't know what it's not Pod Racer, but it's literally a pod.
It's
and
an
when you get
enhanced
into
version of Star Wars Arcade. Basically, it's a rail shooter.
but literally it's
In the
all
Death
around
Star
you.
trench.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
my
it's
God,
all.
that
But
sounds-
it's the screen is all around you. So it's when you walk out of it, you have that same thing. Like if you played a long time with the Oculus Rift, where you're just like wobbly. And it's crazy. It's so cool. I was like,
That
this is the
sounds cool.
fucking coolest thing. And then the last mission's called Vader's Revenge. And you can play as Darth Vader and kill all. Oh, so good.
Wow.
I used to always play Star Wars Arcade whenever I went to the arcade, which was basically just a rail shooter, essentially, with a couple of lightsaber fights, but it was fucking awesome. Like, it was really,
Yes.
really good. It felt like a Star Wars game, like a proper Star Wars
It's
game.
so good. Yeah, you get to play. You do the trench run. You do the escape from Hoth.
Hoth,
You
yeah.
do where you ride on the little speeder bike on Endor.
Yeah.
Then you do. I think the best one is the fight above Endor because it's literally there's a million fucking things happening and
Yeah.
ships
Yeah,
are
yeah.
crashing into each other and you're flying through the Death Star. I was like, this is the best money I have ever spent in an arcade.
It really is. That's exactly the experience you want out of an
Screaming
arcade.
in the middle of an arcade.
Oh, I swear.
Star Wars Arcade had a lightsaber fight against Vader, which was a bit clunky, but it was really cool because it was right in the face. It's like, it was really immersive. I think is probably the best way to describe it. Even though it was basically a rail shooter, but yeah, I want to play that new pod thing.
It's
I've
so
never had a
cool.
chance. It sounds awesome.
They had like 5 of them lined up, and you close yourself into it. Like you seal yourself in, so you can hear nothing outside
Sick.
except for the sound of the game, and all you can see is the game all around you. And
Amazing.
at like the first 5 minutes, it's a little overwhelming, but eventually you're so in the zone that when I was flying through Endor, I was like, "Oh, motherfucker!"
Because you get the sense of speed and everything, I imagine. Yeah,
and you
that
can
sounds
control
great.
the speed. So it's just like the pod racer where you can speed up and slow down, and you can
Sick.
lock on and fire like. All the TIE fighters fly in front of you and stuff, and there's interceptors and bombers. I was like, this is the coolest effing thing I've ever played. It
How
is
much does that
legit.
cost to play?
12 whatever slide things. They give it to you in a card, so 12 of those.
Fun
12
bucks.
sliders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably
And
like
how-
$40. I have no idea how
You
much
spent your entire life savings on that pod in a course
I
of
will
2
say
hours.
I started with 158 and ended with 60. That's how long I was in there. I was like, just keep playing this shit. It was so much fun.
Sounds
That
awesome.
does sound great, actually.
Hell, I'd still happily play the old pod racing game where they were actually in the pod when you controlled it with the levers. That was fucking awesome. Still is.
Still love the Star Trek Enterprise game.
Which one is that?
It's the Enterprise rail shooter, where you like it's got like a container that you like sit inside and you like.
I've never
shoot
played
things
that.
and-
I would
yeah.
love to play that. I did almost buy an arcade cabinet for like a Star Trek Voyager light gun game that was like a
Yeah.
full cabinet that you sat in. I'm like, this is a dumb thing to put in my house. I shouldn't buy this.
Oh, that's
But if
my
you had an
dream, man.
office, that'd be the sweetest thing to have when people walked into the office like, oh my.
Yeah, Jesse. Yeah, you think that? Yeah.
Wink, wink,
Wank.
wink.
Oh my. All right. So yeah, Deus Ex. That was news apparently. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is going to be the next game by the looks of it. They put out a teaser trailer.
A
Pretty much.
Snapchat teaser.
Yeah, they apparently did a bunch of Snapchat shit. I noticed, like as a
It's
kind
like,
of an ARG before.
That's odd. All
Yeah.
right.
Weird stuff, but
Somewhere you know that they went to a social media team. Like, how can we really hype this? Like, Snapchat. Everyone's on it.
Snapchat.
That is the stupidest. Like, people can
I've
see it,
never
and then they'll
used
never be able to
Snapchat.
see what you sent them again. Like, oh.
But most people seem to be pretty excited that it's Black Ops 3 because Black Ops 1 and 2 had pretty good reception. Some people are disappointed that it's not a World War II game because we haven't had one since World at War, so it was quite some time ago. I'm fairly happy that it's Black Ops because both Black Ops 1 and 2 had some really fun ideas in them.
Yeah.
But I miss the fact that I used to run around with an AK-47 with an underslung flamethrower, and that was my favorite fucking gun, and you can't do that anymore. So I am disappointed. I hope they bring that back.
I do miss the World War with the bolt action. Oh, I miss World War II. Like, not the actual concept of...
I miss World War II.
I miss
God, World War II. Those were the days.
Back.
Oh,
man, that's when men were real men and dames were dames.
It's hard to know what they're going to do with Black Ops because the first Black Ops was kind of... It was sort of a globetrotter. They did, like, the sort of the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and kind of the 80s. And then Black Ops 2 was like, this is in the future. And now they've done that with Advanced Warfare again. Are they going to do in the future again? Or are they going to do this kind of time-trotting thing? I'd be cool with them doing the time-trotting. That would be pretty awesome. Just have weapons from all various wars just thrown all together. I'd be cool with that.
Are you guys looking forward to GTA 5 coming out on the PC?
Sure.
Fine.
I haven't played it yet. I've managed to avoid playing GTA 5 this entire time because I refuse to play it on console. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install it. I'm going to play it in first-person mode only, and that's how I'm going to do it.
That's how you should play it. That'd be the way.
I'm looking forward to it.
Last time I was on this show, I had no consoles or any knowledge of console stuff. I now own consoles. Wow. I got a 360 before the new Xbox and the new PlayStation came out. Now I have a PS4 as well. And I got GTA 5 for both of them.
Wow.
So I'm about to own GTA 5 for the third time.
They are getting money out of you.
Yeah. It's a great game, though. I mean, it is. It's very, very good. Single player is amazing, and multiplayer is very fun, too. Like the heists that came out last month, if you play them with friends, they're very fun. They're very satisfying. They're kind of...
Well, it took them like a year and a half to bring those out, right?
They're kind of weird. Some of the missions are like setup missions and stuff, but they're still very fun to do, like with people that you know, because you just chat and do whatever, and you finally get through these like sort of scripted events that they want you to do, and then it all sort of comes together at the end, and you've managed to like source the tank, and you sourced your boiler suits and masks and stuff, and then you have to go in and steal somebody's whatever, and it's good. It's really fun. The whole game's good. It's really fun.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, the PC version so far is looking pretty good, but not a lot of people have really had too much of a chance to get their hands on the full version, just preview stuff.
Wow.
So
yeah,
we don't know.
There's a lot of people talking the graphic options and stuff for the PC.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, it goes up to like 4K, and you can run it at a very high frame rate and stuff like that. The fact that it runs at 60 frames per second is like good enough for a lot of people. So we'll see. Hopefully the port's good. The last one, the Max Payne 3 port was good. But then I remember, like, LA Noir's port was pretty shitty. GTA 4's port was pretty shitty. So, I don't know. They've spent a long time. We'll see. It looks good. I'm hoping it is. It better be.
The download and install is 60 gigs.
Yeah, fuck me.
That's crazy. I need to get a new hard drive.
Crazy,
I'm just like, I don't even have space for it. It's crazy.
It's like half my SSD. It's like, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Probably worth it.
Yep, go play that. What else? There's not much on the news front, really. There's this YouTube thing that people have been talking about.
People
so they report
have been mentioning that forever, and I don't know anything about it.
Well, so it lasts 24 hours.
Subscription?
Apparently, yeah. According to an email sent to
try to
YouTube
Twitch
content
it?
creators. By the way, I never got this fucking email, so I don't know who they sent it to. The video platform is looking to launch a subscription-based service that will permit viewers to bypass pre-roll ads. Apparently, they're saying about $10 a month for it. And they're also going to let you paywall content if you want to. So you can lock content behind a paywall if you wish. And they take the money, and 55% of it, they then split it in a pool based on viewer hours. So how long you've spent watching a particular channel. Which for me was like a yes moment. My strategy of making obnoxiously long videos will finally pay off. Yep. But outside of that, it's interesting they've finally gone this route because people have been asking them to do this for years. But, of course, Google's model is ads, so they never wanted to do it. But it's like, the idea is if you can convert some people away from ad block, you're going to make more money from one person paying $10 a month than you will ever from them watching ads. They would have to watch
True.
thousands of ads
Yeah.
to
It's true.
actually be worth that in a month, and they never will. And you can convert some people back from ad block by giving them a legal option to do it. So, not everybody, but some. I mean, to me, it seems like a percentage based on that would be a subscriber to YouTube would be worth far more to an individual YouTuber than a regular guy just watching ads.
Yeah.
That's my opinion of it anyway, based on the information we currently have.
So something that they were saying was that this 55% is shared out between, so like this person is a subscriber, they pay $10 a month on YouTube to not have ads or whatever, but then it tracks what they're watching.
Yes.
So they
It
might
already
watch
does that.
Jesse's, he might watch Jesse's video for like half an hour, and then he might watch TV's video for like an hour after that or whatever, and you get a percentage of how long they watched your video for from that.
Why do
55%,
people just
whatever.
think I said ad block is illegal? I never said that. What the fuck? Oh, because they said a legal option and they assumed that
legal option.
then meant ad block. No, ad block is not illegal. Half of the time I wish
Okay,
it was,
so-
but it's not.
So it's a one-time. People are making a one-time subscription to never see ads on any YouTube videos.
On any, per month.
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
And then
Because I was about to
55%
say,
of that is
why on
split.
earth would they make it $10 per person when places like Twitch are making it $5? Like, there's just no way to compete that way. But if it's for like YouTube wide, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's basically
Yeah.
like it's like Twitch Turbo, only not shit. So Twitch
I have
Turbo's...
the email that they sent.
Oh, you actually have it? Interesting.
Yeah, they sent it to me, but they didn't send me it to my actual account. They sent it to my old account that I used back in 2007 that I haven't
lovely.
updated in
Okay.
forever. So, it's it's like, dear YouTube partner, and it goes through the whole thing of like, fans want choices, the usual BS of like, over the past several months, right? So then it's like, we're excited to build on this momentum by taking another big step in the favor of choice, offering fans an ad-free version of YouTube for a monthly fee. By creating a new paid offering, we'll generate a new source of revenue that will supplement your fast-growing advertising revenue. And it's like, what's next? Go to your Creator Studio dashboard.
I love how they said fast-growing advertising revenue when we've just had 3 months of shitty CPMs. Yes. You mean you halved our salary for 3 months, right? You mean that? Yeah, okay.
Launching a new paid offering will require you to update your terms through your Creator Studio dashboard, a process that should feel familiar to you and anyone who went through a similar process 3 years ago when we began distributing and monetizing your content on mobile devices. Today, mobile represents over half of all the watch time, and mobile revenue is up 200% in last year. Just as with mobile, we're confident this latest contract update will excite your fans and generate a previously untapped additional source of revenue.
Sure.
They literally explain nothing in here.
Yeah, they don't
about
I was
explain
going to
that.
say,
it
that
is.
doesn't explain anything.
Yeah.
It's going to be an exciting year for YouTube as we push ourselves into uncharted territories. But we continue to be guided by a desire to deliver the choices fans want and the revenue you need. That's literally
It really is like...
They should
that's something-
record that and just make a video of it, like to promote.
says
add on the
nothing.
end,
That's
Viridian
perfect.
Dynamics. Yeah, just on the end. It's just-
It says
We don't
nothing
hate
about
you.
what they're doing.
Much.
It just says we're doing something. Sign a new contract with us, please. Thanks.
Yeah, pretty much.
All
I mean, so Turbo, and I know there's a Twitch admin in the chat, I don't care. Turbo is a terrible value proposition. And it's a terrible value proposition for people who are content creators as well. Because Turbo is like, oh, well, we count an ad view, but they don't see an ad view. Great. So we get a cent from them, probably, at most, per month. Because individual ad views are worth nothing. You need it en masse to be worth anything. Twitch Turbo actually discourages people from subscribing to individual channels because it's an additional thing that you've got to actually pay for. It's not a good service. It doesn't add anywhere close to enough to be worth the money. The only reason I have it is because I like having extra badges next to my name. It's
The
bollocks.
reason that I have it is for a real stupid reason, is because Twitch, even when I have a stream muted, sometimes it'll unmute.
Oh,
when a commercial
unmutes
comes
it for the
on.
ads? Yeah,
Oh,
so you
for
end up
ads,
with
yeah.
some in
And
the
I was
background?
like,
Yeah.
fuck that, because there were so many times where I was streaming, had my own stream up to make sure that it was like still going and looking
Yeah.
fine. And then like I'd walk away for a break and then an ad would play. So they'd be
And then
hearing
it-
an ad
And
doubling
then,
over
then it
its
doubles
life.
and triples? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah.
But
So I was like, fuck
because-
that. So I finally just got Turbo.
Yeah.
But that's not like a reason that applies to most
No,
people.
I mean, it's
But
not a very good reason. Like, it really isn't. And Turbo does not really support... If you're buying Turbo to support content creators, don't, because that's not what it does. Like your extra the ad views that you're not getting are worthless. They
No, it's
really
literally
are.
convenience for you. Like,
Yeah,
you don't have to see
if you think the
ads.
service is good
That's-
for you, then great. But
And the smiley faces and heart emotes are better.
okay, fine.
I think
you
they
get
look
more
better.
emotes. Hey, if you got animated emotes, people would subscribe the shit out of that, but you can't do it, so they don't. But the subscription service, yeah, it will be nice. It will probably generate additional revenue. Some people will move over from ad blocking, some people will not. Ad blocking is a reality that you just have to accept, but bear in mind, the more ad blocking you do, the more promotional stuff channels are going to do, because they'll lose money. Ad blocking makes a huge difference. People are earning 60 to 70% less than what they, by all rights, should be earning because of ad blocking.
The problem, and this is one of those things that, again, I don't know who using ad block would ever pay $10. Like, it's one of those things.
Some
like
will. I have a lot of people email me and say, I ad block you, but I subscribe to your Twitch channel. I hope that makes up for it. And the answer is actually it does. I'd still prefer people didn't ad block because I want ad-supported models to continue to work, because I think it's the fairest way to do it. I don't want us to, like, in 5 years, everyone to be reliant on Patreon and paywalls. I don't think that's good for the consumer. I think ad-supported models for free videos is the best consumer model. But the problem is, people don't want the ads, so they're going to block them. And I don't blame them for not wanting the ads. Who the fuck wants ads? Nobody wants ads. You know, everyone hates ads, except our wonderful ads for Squarespace. But everyone else hates ads.
Yeah.
Yep.
I,
See, look at the chat. I ad block and subscribe. I ad block and subscribe. See? Loads of people do it. Like,
so basically what they're saying is I should get rid of my one-time subscriber fee and immediately charge everyone monthly.
yes.
Done. Sorry, suckers.
Yeah, I mean, and our guys get, they get no ads and they get a bunch of other stuff. Let's talk about paywalls. Like, I want to know. Let's go around the room.
I was literally about to say.
Yeah, let's talk about paywalls.
We should talk about paywalls because
Go.
I do not think that a paywall format will work very well on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because, like, on Twitch, you can say, well, the point of Twitch is for it to be live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a benefit to there being a VOD. And if you have, like, more of a show-based format, there's a lot more sense there to, like, if you're a subscriber, then you get to, see those VODs if you weren't here live. With YouTube, there's no other option. You're literally just making it so that nobody gets to watch it.
You're taking content away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the way that I do it on my channel is I use it as the paywall exists for people to watch early. Like, I upload the podcast 2 days afterwards, so you always get the same content, and I let people upload my streams, but it takes them about 2 days to do it. So people that want to watch my stuff immediately, that's a benefit of subscribing. Rooster Teeth do the same thing with their Creators Club, but obviously they offer a bunch of other stuff as well, where you get, like, early access to their podcasts and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of similar deal. Works fine. Works well. We have a lot of subscribers. It works really well. Full-on paywall, I absolutely hate that idea, personally. I think that would piss a lot of people off.
Me too.
What content would you stick behind a paywall like that? I'm really curious what the content would be, because if you can justify the content being there, but 90% of YouTube content, I can't see as being justified behind a paywall.
No.
I would say the only thing that I can think of that would, like, kind of make sense is extras, right? So, like, say that you make a lot of really high budget cool stuff. Yeah, then you could say if you subscribe, then you can also watch our behind the scenes. You can watch, like, this guy getting makeup put on and that sort of stuff.
Hey, I've got an idea. Put the last episode of your Let's Play behind a paywall. See how many people go for it. That is the biggest dick move you could possibly do.
Super dicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of it would be fan content, like personal vlogs and things like that, but that content's kind of trashy anyway. Sometimes, like, I think... It's okay, Dodger, you stopped doing coffee time. It's fine now. It's,
Wow.
It's like... Vlog content is... You'd expect content behind a paywall to be, like, super high production value, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, what would you stick behind like sticking the behind the scenes I put on makeup on that should be the normal content. It's like, then if you want to see the awesome thing,
the really cool thing,
that's behind the paywall.
It's the opposite of premium, isn't it? Like, because you're talking about premium content. But the thing is that your premium content is the stuff you want the most views on because that's what makes you popular. That's what's like all over Reddit.
That's it, yeah.
It makes
so all
no
the
sense.
stuff that's high production value, you want it to get it out to as many people as you can. If you're behind a paywall, you're always going to limit yourself. It's never going to.
Hey guys, it's trash time.
Hey guys, it's trash time.
I realized that was way meaner than I intended it to be. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. That
We're
was
friends.
mean.
Remember, Dodger? We're friends, though. We're friends.
I don't know. I think I stepped over the
You can say
line,
whatever you want,
actually.
we're friends.
We're totally friends, though. Remember?
I think all your content is garbage. We're friends. It's fine.
Oh, I love this show. Yeah, I mean, I personally, like, I can't think of a single piece of content I would put behind a paywall. Like, we have a channel for the RL stuff that's like, I eat a box of stuff that people send me or whatever. You know, it's like, what would you put behind the paywall? It doesn't make sense for the vast majority of channels. Really
premium Let's Play content that I would love to put behind.
Do you take your clothes off by any chance? Like, is it strip and sip? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Strip and sip.
Strip and sip. There you go. Or sip and strip, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, it's a weird one. But then, again, for me, I don't think I would ever pay to watch something on YouTube, personally.
Exactly.
I don't think anybody could produce anything so amazingly compelling that I would ever drop money on it.
Yep.
Same.
Maybe that's just...
Maybe. I think I can see a premium model for people that are really fucking good at video games doing a, like, premium tutorial coaching series. I could see that working. Maybe.
Yeah.
I just got to figure it out. I'm going to make a...
But
behind
you
my
can't
paywall,
make a hero series. You cannot make a hero series.
No, you can't. You're terrible.
No, wait, hold on. Behind my paywall, all shark games. Jesse plays shark games. I'd make a fortune. I'd suck it up for that money. That's good shark money. I'd make a ton of money off of that.
Sweet shark money.
Done. That's my paywall. Figure it out. Easy.
So sort of recently, YouTube started doing this like tip jar stuff. I mean, I've never even seen one on YouTube.
I have one enabled, but I never talk
Mine
about
is
it.
enabled. I have literally never pushed to it before.
No, I don't push
I don't
to
think
it
I've
either.
ever made $1 on it.
I make some money off it, but I don't mention it. I don't push it anywhere. It's just like, I enabled it because it literally is leaving money on the table if you don't. It's like, Make was like, hey, you want to enable this? I'm like, I was in the middle of chemo. I'm like, yeah, fuck, why not? Whatever.
I mean,
but... Sorry.
Even my tip jar literally says on it, like, it's a tip jar. Tip only if I deserve it. Like, I don't want your money.
It says something similar, yeah.
Yeah, it's like tip jars.
Did you put a smiley face in the message too?
No,
because in real life,
it's not a smiley face message. I don't want, like, I'm not asking you to give me money. I'm like, if I do something amazing and you feel like it's justified, do it. But I'm not like, don't throw money at me because I'm on the internet. Like, that's silly. Like, you know, you gotta. I think I've made like $10 a month doing that.
I gotta be more than that, but it really is something that a lot of people can't even use because it's not available in most countries. So there's that to consider. I wonder if the subscription system is gonna have the same fucking problem. Like, it's going, hey, it's only available in the US. Like, that's like over half our viewers can't use it, you know. But I mean, I don't mind. I think this subscription system is long overdue, personally. I think if they'd done this earlier, they could have nipped the ad-blocking epidemic kind of in the bud. You've got to accept as a content creator that's doing ad-supported stuff that some people are going to ad-block, and you can't condemn them for it. You can't. Yeah. It's because you know yourself you don't like ads, you know? And some people abuse it. Like, there's 30-second videos with pre-roll ads. Like, I don't think that, like, for the podcast, we do an ad at the start and then an ad every hour, right? I think 30 seconds ads per hour of content is pretty fucking fair. But there are people that abuse the shit out of ads, and they're the kind of people that drive people to use adblock. And I'm not going to blame someone for using adblock. It's not fair, and it's also a good way to piss people off because you seem super entitled. I mean, people already think we have an easy job in the first place. We make videos on the internet. The worst thing you can then do is like, you're a fucking pirate. You're an asshole for pirate. When has that ever convinced anyone to change their ways? Ever. It's the same problem I've got with, like, every time a publisher opens their mouth about pirates, I'm like, oh god, stop. Stop now. You are never going to convince anyone that way. The carrot rather than the fucking stick when it comes to this stuff. You educate people and you say, look, this is how I make my living. If you want to support me, cool. If you don't want to support me with ads, we have other ways. And if you don't want to do any of those things, I still value your view. You're still helping me by giving me a view and a like and a favorite and telling your friend about my video.
Literally just being here helps.
Yes.
Like that should be the message, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Some people have some really stupid ideas about ad block, like whether it be there are some people who feel like super entitled to use ad block and like literally think they're raging against the machine by doing it when they're really just like, you just don't want to see ads, mate. Like just admit it. Just admit it. You're not sticking it to the man, you just don't want to see ads. Fine. Just admit that and be honest.
Do you guys use AdBlock? Do any of you guys use it? I mean, me personally, I don't
have
like watching
it because
ads,
I need it for streaming.
I'm with you. I'm on the same like lazy level of I don't need to download more shit on my computer that I don't give a fuck
I have a
about.
very extensive whitelist. So I ad block on one browser and then have another browser that doesn't have it. And the reason I do that is because I show a lot of videos on this podcast and I can't show the videos if it's rolling ads. So I have to ad block that. And then I'll use my other browser the rest of the time. And I'll watch an ad before someone's video. That's not a big deal. And obviously I'll whitelist like pretty much every site there is.
Yeah.
As long as a site isn't obnoxious as shit with ads or doesn't have malware in their ads, they're on my whitelist. You know?
You mean every site on the damn internet now?
Not really. You've got to go pretty far out of your way to find some really nasty shit, you know?
Oh, I was referring to I didn't mean like malware. I mean like just come look at it. Every time I see like someone's like, hey, check out this really cool top 11 bullshit things you find on the internet. I click it and it's like one per page. And so click, no 12 million ads.
Yeah, 12 million.
Yeah.
The worst ones are sites like that where you're reading something and then you expect to just have like the image ads or just like some text ads or whatever. And then all of a sudden you're blown away by
you?
Yeah, and you're just like, what is going on? I'm not watching a video. Why are people talking? Yeah.
There is a special place in hell for those people who design websites like that because F you.
And they're part of the reason that people
they're Scrooge McDuck and they're rolling in money, man.
We hate these people the most because they're the people that encourage ad blocking. They're not the guys that are running a 45-minute video with a 30-second ad. They're the fuckers that are abusing the shit out of ads. And it's slash and burn. They're ruining it for everybody. It's fucking disgusting. So that's why BuzzFeed can go to hell.
The 2 a.m. audio ad is the worst.
Oh,
it's got to be. And it's a delay
I've been frightened by more of those at 2 a.m. than anything else in my life, where I'm just sitting there reading an article. And usually if it's 2 a.m., it's like crazy shit I found on the internet. It's like, why monsters live in your brain. And I'm like, oh shit, what's this? And then it's like, do you want to buy Tide? I'm like, what the fuck? No. Like, get your laundry clean. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
And every time that happens, that's some other guy that installs AdBlock because they're like, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
We all as content creators have a responsibility not to abuse ads, which is why any site that does, I will tell them to go to hell and push them down a fucking well. They can go to hell. Bastards.
Yep.
Fuck you, BuzzFeed. Suck a dick. 9gag.
BuzzFeed has lists for lists.
Yeah. They do. They literally do.
Lists of lists.
Top 10 list of lists. The most creatively bankrupt website on the entire fucking internet. I can't imagine actually working for BuzzFeed and actually having self-respect. I think you've got to check that at the door. It's like, you might as well be a prostitute. Really.
You might as well. I mean, you might as well go sell your body.
You can go sell your body on a street corner, or you can work for BuzzFeed. Right. There's your choice.
Right. You might as well just go sleep with dozens of men a day in order to make a living wage. Because that's what it's like.
Pretty much. At least you have your dignity.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at releases, shall we?
Yeah, let's look at releases.
Yeah, releases.
All right. Okay. What's the final day? Up to the 13th. Oh, not much at all. Okay. April 9th.
Yes.
Okay, today.
Yes.
We have Fire for PC.
It's a point and click.
It's a puzzle game, right?
Is it about fire?
It's a point and click
puzzler. Yeah.
Oh, it's about a caveman that was apparently discovering fire. It's actually got a nice art style to it. It's really quite pretty.
He travels through time, and he bonks women over the head. It's
Does he? I don't think there's any bonking going on. I'm not aware of any bonking.
Bonking or boinking?
Hey.
If we're lucky.
Bazoinking.
God damn it, Dodger.
BuzzFeed's currently writing their top 10 prostitutes list, but hey, let's get on. Next one.
Nice.
Boom Boom LaRue of South Hampshire.
Oh my god.
If one of those like 99-year-old
one.
prostitutes isn't on that list, I would be so disappointed. They're my heroes.
That's Boom Boom. She's an old French whore. Boom Boom
She's the
LaRue.
old 1920s
Boom Boom LaRue, 98 years
LaRue.
old.
Yeah, she's like, I've been doing this for years. Pops out her gums, her teeth. And she's like, let's go.
Pops out her gums.
It's
Gross.
go time,
Oh,
son.
Perfect.
Alrighty, next up is Sovereignty Crown of Kings for PC.
Sovereignty.
Serenity Crown of Kings.
Hell?
Can't tell you much about that one. It's a video game.
Right, go on.
It's an early access, so there's no reason to care
Right.
about it.
PC game.
It looks like it's a card game
It has
mixed with,
35 factions. Like, it's a sort of strategy game thingy.
but with
what I can tell.
cards.
I didn't see any cards.
Every picture I'm looking at has like different cards in it.
I think it just represents units, by the looks of it. Kind of looks like a Crusader Kings sort of thing.
Cool. Next up, Affordable Space Adventures for Wii U.
Affordable Space Adventures.
That's a great name,
That's
actually.
a good name.
Oh.
I've heard of this.
Affordable Space Adventures.
Maybe. Affordable Space Adventures.
Apparently fairly well reviewed, by the looks of it.
Is it affordable?
It's...
How much is the game?
I couldn't tell you how much the game is. I'm trying to find out. It supports 1 to 3 players.
Uh-oh.
You control a company from the You Explore company. And you fly around and do stuff. In an affordable space adventure, apparently. It's very affordable.
Cool.
Yes.
Tomorrow, April 10th, 99 Waves to Die for PC. I hope it's a shark game. Jesse,
I bet it's not.
watch out.
I
for
bet
it.
it's zombies.
It's by
It
Spooky
is-
Fish Games.
What?
Oh, it
no,
looks
it's
like
not.
Robotron. It literally looks like something from the 80s. In fact, it's inspired by something from the 80s. Yes, it is a kind of Robotron-style shooter thingy. Next.
Next. Oh. Dead Synchronicity. Tomorrow Comes Today for PC.
Yes.
Oh god, okay.
Yes,
So that's
this is
That is the
yeah.
thing Sips was talking about earlier. The kind of point-and-click
Yep.
game.
Thank you.
tomorrow.
That's the thing.
Mhm.
Hero Generations for PC.
Okay.
Hero Generations.
I don't know what that is.
That's not one of those Agarest games, is it? Nope.
This
Something else entirely. It's a roguelike 4X. What?
yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
Nice
What?
enough.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Huh. Interesting.
Interesting.
You kind of wander around, something like a... Huh. Yeah, it's a strategy game mixed with a roguelite where, like, you move and the enemies move.
All right.
That's
Yep.
weird.
Interesting.
And kind of neat. I might try that.
Yeah. And finally, we have Xenoblade Chronicles 3D for Nintendo 3DS.
Yes! That's a looking like a good video game. Certainly have
That
a
shit.
bash of that one. Yes. What else?
Is that it? That's it?
That's it. That's
Xenoblade.
it up until next Tuesday.
Oh, it is. Yeah, that is apparently it.
Done.
There you go. Yep. That's
Oh,
it.
next what's the 16th? Is that
16th is like
That's
on
Thursday?
Thursday.
Westerado
next
Double
Thursday.
Barrel? Guys? Westerado? Did you play that? It's really good.
Westerado?
It's fun.
Haven't heard
So,
of that
like
one.
a-
Oh, I've heard that that game is good.
It was a cowboy western web-based game. I think it was on
Okay.
Adult Swim.
Right.
Oh, I have played that game. It's really
yeah,
fun. It's
It is.
really fun.
It's really fun. So this should be good too, right? Well, hopefully.
Mhm.
It's pretty exciting.
Looks alright. That'll be interesting. Yeah, go with a bash. That's next week. And obviously next week got stuff like Mortal Kombat and everything coming out, so...
Yee.
It'll be a quiet week before the storm, by the looks of it. That pretty much wraps us up for the day, folks. Thank you very much for watching the Crossshell Podcast. Before we go, we'd, of course, love to tell you where you can view our ads or block them if you happen to be a filthy, stinking pirate like that. Sips,
Either one.
where can they be a
Yes.
filthy, stinking pirate with you, and what's coming up on your channel this week?
I am finishing playthroughs of my games. Fallout, Hotline Miami 2, Grim Fandango Remastered, and I'm continuing to play City Skylines, which is amazing. And then just doing one-offs on stuff that looks good when it comes out. And that's it. That's all I'm doing. Because it's fun. And I like
Reasonable.
I like to have fun. Yeah.
Sips is a reasonable man.
Strongly disagree.
Jesse, what's coming on your channel this week?
The usual stuff. If you like things, then come see me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the channel and figure it out for yourself. Wink.
It's mostly Dragon Age herb picking videos.
Look, man, the last episode was great. We went to Adamant Fortress. We finally got there and fought with the wardens. It was cool. The game is a lot of fun. I would say to you that hopefully either today or tomorrow I'll try and get Final Fantasy XV's demo done and put that up because I still have yet to play that and I need to experience it. And then, the usual. Look, I've been on this damn thing for like 100+ episodes. If you don't know what I do now, then get the fuck out and go to my channel instead because that's where the good stuff is. Fuck this podcast. Go to my channel.
Dodger, what's going out this week? What's going on?
Hi everybody. I have a channel called Press Hard to Continue where I do anime bullshit. I play dating sims where animals turn into hot men or dolls turn into hot men or hot ladies. I don't know. Trying to touch hot stuff is my Jimmy Jam. So I also make up words. If that wasn't evident. If that was not evident throughout the entirety of this podcast.
Or taking a pee-wee.
Yeah.
She does say that a lot in her thing. She's like, look at this cute cat boy. Ooh. There we go. That's one of them.
Stop.
Yep. Anyway, if you're into that shit, awesome. I've also been streaming a lot. So on twitch.tv/dexterity bonus, if you want to follow me, it's free. I would love for your follows. We actually
I want your follows more though. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's fine.
Continue, please.
We actually, we now do...
Man, but I like your follows. Twitch.tv/Shabuzi. Go follow me. I want your follows.
If you believe in justice, follow me.
Or go watch
and not
Talisman,
Jesse.
in which justice did occur, and justice was dispensed through the power of RN Jesus. Let his name be forever spoketh. And the day Talisman was won.
Spoketh. Anyway, whatever. I do stuff. I guess come hang out since Jesse doesn't want me to talk. But on all the social medias, I'm at DexBonus, DEXBONUS. Come hang out.
At Jesse Cox, JSSECOX on the Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no, on the Twitter. Fuck, I can't even promote
Yeah, suck a dick, Jesse. That's what you get.
BuzzFeed.
And BuzzFeed, too.
Add BuzzFeed in there. Oh, no. Not much coming out on my channel this week because my parents are over from England for the week, so fuck all y'all. Pretty much.
There you go.
I'll put the podcast VOD up tomorrow. There is a video that you should probably watch if you haven't already, and it is the Killing Floor 2 video. That's like an hour long because I love long videos. So if you want to watch Killing Floor 2 video, it's up on my channel, and I'll see what else. There is a new clan war out on youtube.com/TotalBiscuit, and my next clan war is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. the British Isles, 8 p.m. Central European Summertime, 11 a.m. on the west coast of the U.S., and that will be Team Baguette taking on My Insanity. Unsurprisingly, Team Baguette are French. No one is surprised by this.
Baguette boy?
I am.
They are
You're
renowned
surprised.
for their baguettes.
They are. Baguettes are delicious. We're about done with the show. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, #SuckerCox. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Bye.